Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind Your Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind Your Basketball. And welcome into game number 2 of the NBA Finals. The Boston Celtics up 1-0 in the series, looking to see if they can put together not another dominant victory tonight here in game number 2 on their home floor at the TD Garden. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. And we are about 33 minutes away from tip-off. The team that goes up 1-0 in the series wins 75% of the time. Only 5 teams that's trailed going down to 0-2 in the NBA Finals have come back and won the series tonight. The Mavs take it on the Celtics. Game 2, a dominant win, 107-89 for Boston on Thursday. And they have just been on a roll lately. We'll see what happens here. Everybody's healthy tonight for this game, by the way. There was question marks whether Luka will be available for tonight's matchup, as he was downgraded from probable to questionable. But Luka is good to go. Just received a starting lineup report a couple seconds ago, right before the pregame here. So the starting 5 looks like this tonight. For Boston, Jrue Holiday, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Al Horford. Same starting 5 as the last game. Porzingis coming back off the bench once again. And then for the Dallas Mavericks tonight, starting 5 of Luka, Kyrie, Derek Jones Jr., PJ Washington, and Daniel Gafford. What's good, everyone? Charles, Ashton, Vince, Daniel, Angel, Jimmy, Joe. Welcome to the stream here, guys. Being a part of the channel tonight. Hit us up in the chat. Who you guys like to win here, Celtics or Mavs, as we are just above a half an hour away from getting into tip-off for this matchup here. So for my prediction here, Jimmy, I like the Celtics tonight in this game. I think it's going to be much closer. Boston by 8 tonight for my prediction in this game. They're pulling a 6.5-point favorite on the line. I like the Celtics slightly over that 6.5-point favorite for tonight's matchup. Dallas really good at bouncing back for them. And Luka in bounce-back games following a loss, he is averaging just under 34 points per game after a loss for Luka. He was coming into tonight's matchup with a lot of question marks for him. As the 1:30 p.m. injury report earlier today, he was listed questionable, downgraded from probable, but he is good to go tonight, listed inside the starting 5. He's been dealing with a right knee sprain and left ankle soreness coming into today's matchup here for Luka. Cerrito, welcome back in. Thanks for joining in. No, I did not see that. Yeah, I was out throughout most of the week, Joe, so I didn't catch Mitch Hanna for Indiana State against South Florida yesterday. I saw there was a major upset in the College World Series. I saw Evansville picked up a win over the weekend as like a lower seed. They were a 4 seed, I believe, going into the College World Series, and their dream season keeps on continuing. Hey, what's good, Jeffrey, in the channel? Welcome back in. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, I went by that area actually earlier afternoon because we got off the highway, and it was the exit prior to Rentham Outlets exit we take going home from New Hampshire. But that's awesome. So caught the Savannah Bananas yesterday at Fenway Park. That's great. Win a Dennis on the stream. Welcome in. Thanks all for joining in here, everybody. Mavs coming into this game, record of 12-6 in the playoffs. They're 3-0 in Game 2s. They've been able to bounce back and make adjustments after being just 1-2 in Game 1s. They're 3-0 in Game 2s for the Mavs, and the Mavs have yet to lose a Game 2 matchup. And for the Celtics, that's where they struggled. They've only lost twice in the playoffs. They have a 13-2 playoff record, but Game 2, they lost their first 2 Game 2s against the Heat, 111-101. Lost against the Cavs, 118-94, their largest margin of deficit and loss this season. And then their best win against Indiana came in a 16-point victory, 126-110, the only win that was decided by double digits in that series against Indiana, most dominant win in that series for the Celtics. So the Celtics know that their job is far from being complete, and they're not celebrating yet. They're at 1-0 in the series. They know what happened 2 years ago against Golden State, where they went up early on in the series. They were down by double digits because I saw the graphic. They were trailing 89-72 2 years ago against Golden State, and then came back, won by double digits. It was a 30-point swing that they won in that Game 1 matchup, but ultimately they did lose the series. But Ben here before for the Celtics, and looking for their redemption tour this year for Banner 18 and out to an excellent start. It's been so far. Hey, congrats there on the move, Ashton. That's awesome, man. And best of luck there. Hopefully things go really well in your move. The Celtics are on a roll right now. They've won 5 straight games against Dallas. They won 8 straight games right now in this playoffs. In Dallas, they were red hot coming into Game 1 on Thursday. They had won 5 straight road games. They hadn't lost in a month span. But that was a real rough game by Dallas for them. They played their worst basketball game of, in my opinion, the entire year in that Game 1 matchup. It looked like the lights were too bright. I get a feeling that they're going to be much more ready for this matchup compared to how they came out, and they were just a no-show on Thursday for the Mavs. And the Celtics have to be prepared for that, because we're going to definitely see a different Dallas Mavericks version than the last game, in my opinion. Just the game was over once the score hit 37-20. I'll go through here with a recap through the last game. Just a dominant victory by Boston. Back and forth, first 7 minutes, but the Celtics hit the gas pedal. They led 28-18 with 2:20 left to go in the first, and then this is where it just ended the game completely. Boston made 3 straight threes in a row. Tatum made the first 3, that made it 31-20, and then Porzingis had a massive 30-footer that he popped up, took the 3 and made the 3. That made it 34-20, and then the Porzingis block, which led to a Sam Hauser 3 from the quarter transition, 37-20, and then another Porzingis block after that. And before you do it, at the end of the first quarter, the game was over, 37-20. That 9-zip run in the 45-second span just took everything away from the Mavs, and the building was rocking with the Celtics, and that was when the game basically ultimately ended. At that point, it was when the Celtics led by 17 at the end of the first. It got just really out of reach for Dallas at one point. The Celtics led by 29, and then Dallas started to make a comeback. They got on a massive run for the Mavs, 23-9 start in the third quarter, and Dallas cut the lead to 8. It was 72-64, but the way that Boston responded, just incredible. Jaylen Brown, he actually quoted himself what they talked about during the timeout huddle when Dallas cut it down to 8. Breathe, just breathe for the Celtics during that span in the third quarter when Dallas had cut it all the way down to 8, 72-64. And then the Celtics right back, 14-zip run. And then they go close out the third quarter and lead at the end of the third. That was 86-66. They flipped the 8-point lead into a 20-point lead at the end of the third, and that was another mark that this game was basically over. Just a massive response back from the that timeout there. What's good, Jeff on the stream? Defenska, Louisiana, welcome in. Thanks all for joining in. So Luka is on the starting lineup. So he's in the starting lineup today for Luka. So he's available and he is good to go tonight as a starter. There was question marks whether he would be able to go. That line adjustment never changed on the line. It's been 6.5 points in favor of the Celtics on the line for quite a bit of time. But couple big takeaways from Game 1. So we're about 25 minutes remaining before tip-off. The assist numbers was just crazy. Boston, just incredible defensively, limiting Dallas with assists. And Dallas played their worst basketball, in my opinion, this season in a single game. In that game against the Celtics in Game 1, it looked like the lights were too bright. They didn't run any sort of offensive sets or anything. It was just straight up iso ball the entire game. 9 assists by Dallas, 23 assists by Boston. I went all the way back into the database here. Those 9 assists by Dallas happen to be the fewest assists in a single game this season for any team, whether it's a playoff game or a regular season game. Other than that, the Philadelphia 76ers had 11 total assists in a regular season game. That's the fewest amount of assists up until through Thursday, where Dallas had 9 total assists as a team. And the crazy stat about it is that those 9 assists rank 19th fewest in an NBA game in history of the NBA. Throughout the entire history of the NBA, going back to the league start in 1946, the Dallas Mavericks with 9 total assists ranked tied for 19th on the fewest mark for fewest assists in a single game. That is just crazy right there. And even more so, 15 out of the first 18 games for fewest assists, going from 0 assists to 8 assists before Dallas had 9. 15 out of those 18 games took place back in the late 1940s, like when in the first 3 years after the NBA was founded. That is just crazy. And then there was another game back in 1952 that had fewer assists, and then another one in 1960. And the other one after that had fewer assists than Dallas was back in 1999 in the NBA Finals. San Antonio against the New York Knicks back in 1999. So it's just insane, that stat right there. Dallas happened to be the first team since 2007 to have fewer than 10 assists in an NBA Finals game, when Cleveland against San Antonio also had 9 total assists. So I gotta imagine that this ball is going to be moving a whole lot more for Dallas here. Starts with Luka as a playmaker. He had just only 1 assist in the last game for Luka. That was a season low for him. Lowest assist total since January 26, 2023, when he played just 3 minutes in the game, left due to injury for Luka. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that went completely wrong for Dallas, and I'd imagine that they'd be much better tonight in this one here. Hazel, welcome in. Pirata on the stream, thanks for joining in. A lot of Mavs fans for this one, predicting out in the chat, liking the Mavs to take this one for tonight. If you guys are doing this stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well, as we're going to be tipping off at around 20 minutes from now approximately. We will have tip-off for today's game. Celtics just completely took away the lob threats. 0 lobs in game number 1 of the series. That's what Dallas loves to do. Alley-oop jams. Luka, if he can get inside the key, lob it up to either Lively or Gafford. That was non-existent. Or Luka's going to have to kick it out to the corner. That was non-existent as well. And the 3-point difference showed 16 for 42 by Boston, above 38% for the perimeter. They got so many shooters on the team. Dallas just 7 for 27 from the perimeter. That corner 3 was non-existent. Very little factor that it had on the first game of the series. And also for Boston, just so much scoring balance. They had 7 players reach double figures. All 7 players recorded 2 threes or greater. They became the first team in NBA Finals history on Thursday to hit 2+ threes each by 7 guys each in the lineup for Boston. And I'll go through their improvements as well in just a moment. The big key was the assists and then the 3-point shooting by Boston. Those were the major statistical categories where the Celtics just swept away Dallas in the last game. And Boston was +4 in the glass. Dallas was much better in the second half on the glass. At one point, it was 24-12. It ended up being 47-43. Dallas did have the nod in the higher total points in the paint, 46-38, but Boston did shred them from 3-point range. They got a lot of buckets from 3 in the last game for the Celtics. What's good, Anastasia, Area 51, Charlisa, thanks all for joining in, being a part of the stream. Yeah, wow, that's a throwback there. Johnny Gomes. And, yeah, Mitch Moreland. So, Yep, Mitch Moreland. Wow. So they all play for the Savannah Bananas. Wow. What a throwback there. Under 20 minutes now until tip-off. Celtics just so much balance they had in the last game. 7 players had double figures scoring, just 4 by Dallas. And I'll go straight through the player stats here, how it went in the last one. A lot of people here going for the Mavs out here, looking to turn things around in Game 2. This is huge, especially more so for Dallas, because if Boston goes up, this series is looking closer that it could be over, though still, it has to go back to Dallas. You cannot count out the Mavs. But this is a huge game, especially more so towards Dallas here, because I just got a feeling that Dallas is outnumbered, in my opinion. Celtics got a ton of balance on their team compared to Dallas. It's looking like 5-on-2. That was my main takeaway from the first game, is that it was looking like more like 5-on-2 out there, because just so many different weapons you have for the Celtics, and for Dallas is very little room for error that you have to have if you're the Mavs. And Kyrie only had 12. He would need to go off for 30 plus. So is Luka. Luka got his points during the last game, dropping down 30. Was a non-factor, though, in the playmaking column. Boston just completely took that away, and the Celtics are just so good at switching. They switch 1 through 5 right on you that they make everything just so difficult. What's good? No ego in the street. Welcome in. Thanks for joining in here, everybody, on the channel tonight. Feel free, hit us up in the chat who guys like to win here, Celtics or Mavs, as we are under 18.5 minutes away to tip-off. Thanks all for your patience here, being a part of the stream right now in the pregame. Jaylen Brown set the tone for the Celtics, top scorer in Boston, 22.6 rebounds, 3 steals, 3 blocks. He led the game as an individual player with those 3 steals and 3 blocks. 7 for 12 shooting from the floor. My prediction to win the NBA Finals MVP, and he is playing like an absolute madman right now, on a mission. For Jaylen Brown, attacking, being aggressive, setting the tone. He's recorded 12 out of 15 playoff games with 50% plus shooting from the floor by Jaylen Brown. And he is just playing with a chip on his shoulder, going off. And he is playing super mad after he did not get nominated for an All-NBA team for Jaylen Brown. And it is showing right now. And he has just been balling out. So excellent start for him. I did not expect Porzingis to have 20. Difference maker during the last game. He had 20 points in 21 minutes. Just an absolute luxury for the Celtics to have a guy like Porzingis. 3 blocks. Completely changed everything on the floor. His rim protection, altering shots, blocking shots, popping up, making 30-footers from the perimeter, posting up against smaller defenders, just shooting right over them for deep 2s. Got it all in the bag right there for Porzingis, a stretch 5 who spaces the floor. And that's a very difficult matchup between Derek Lively II and Daniel Gafford, because they're usually used to playing bigs down low inside a low post, but you got 7'3" Porzingis out in transition, popping up, taking 3s. They're late to close out and defend up Porzingis. Just a nightmare matchup for Dallas, because if he switched on a smaller player like Josh Green or Derek Jones Jr., then he's going to shoot right over them. And it looked like he did not miss a step out there for Porzingis in the last game. Just 38 games of not playing, or 38 days of not playing, missed 10 straight games, and did not look like he missed a single step out there. He was absolutely fire. 18 points in his first 11 minutes in the first half for Porzingis. It was excellent. Just an ultimate game changer for the Celtics. Jason Tatum, a lot of improvement we got to see from him, especially in the efficiency, but man, he has been locked down defensively in these playoffs. 16 points, 11 rebounds, double-double. He's got 11 double-doubles in the playoffs, plus a triple-double in Game 1 against the Heat back in April in the first round. Did struggle with efficiency, just 6 for 16 from the floor, but he's been awesome defensively for Jason Tatum. And low-key, he guarded Gafford and Lively for approximately 5.5 minutes combined. As the main defender for both Gafford and Lively. 0 alley-oops allowed as the primary role defender down low at the rim, covering Gafford and Lively during Game 1 of the series for Jason Tatum. For him, Derek White, 15 points, went over his prediction. He was predicted at 13.5 on the spread line for his point total in Game 1. He's been a great third option throughout the playoffs. He's putting up just under 18 points per game in the playoffs. Drew Holiday, 12 points, 5 assists, 0 turnovers, top plus minus on the floor, plus 20. and just excellent all-around balance here by the Celtics. Al Horford, got a lot of great stuff to say about him here. He had 10.7 rebounds, but low-key defensively, he was outstanding. Al Horford locked up Luka constantly. Al Horford allowed Luka in Game 1 as the primary defender to shoot 1 for 8 from the floor with just 2 points for Al Horford. Against Kyrie, Horford allowed Kyrie to shoot just 2 for 5 for 4 points as the primary defender. And Al Horford, he's got 3 inches above Luka. He's 6'10". Luka's 6'7". Actually, I get a feeling it's a pretty good defensive matchup there for Horford based on the first game, because he does struggle with smaller guys like Donovan Mitchell, like faster guards, whereas Luka is going to go straight up iso ball, but he's not explosive. Like, he doesn't have blow-by speed on you, so actually it benefits to have a taller player like Al Horford with his size and his length defending Luka, that Horford can keep up to him, where he did struggle in the Cavs series defending Donovan Mitchell on one-on-one matchups, where I feel like that's a benefit right there. You got 5 guys right down the lineup who can switch and guard right onto Luka, and that was the question mark in the series. I thought specifically they would have 4, not counting Al Horford into the mix yet, because I wasn't sure how he would fare in that matchup. But Al Horford, game number 1, locked up Luka to shoot just 1 for 8 shooting from the floor. And Al Horford, throughout the entire game, he allowed the Mavs to shoot 5 for 19 combined, 13 contested shots by Horford, and 3 deflections. That was the top defender in the entire game for Boston, was Al Horford, and what he did to the Dallas Mavericks offense. Devious Child, thanks for joining in. Glad to have you all back in the stream tonight. Uncle Pizzle, welcome in. We're going to have Mr. Tops showing up here, hopefully for halftime once again for this stream. We're about 10 minutes away from tip-off, everybody. Celtics 6.5-point favorite tonight in this matchup. We are approximately 13 minutes away from tip-off. If you guys are new to the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Sam Hauser, also really solid off the bench. 8 points, perfect, 2 for 2 from 3. Great sign to see. Sam Hauser had just 7 points combined in the entire series against Indiana. In the 4 games against Indiana, he shot just 1 for 14 from 3-point range, and great sign to see that he was back during the last game. For Dallas, there's a lot of signs of improvement. We'll get to improvement for both of these teams, because I actually took some notes of what Boston can even do to improve, because it was by far well far away from a perfect game by Boston. That's why it's so scary for Dallas, is that the Celtics still have a lot of stuff to work on too. But for Dallas, it all starts with Luka and Kyrie. Both of those guys need to be absolutely elite, and when I say elite, you need like basically perfect games like you did against Minnesota. For those two, when they both went off for multiple games with 30-plus points combined for each of them. There's very little margin of error when it comes down to Dallas with their explosive scoring duo. And the question mark for them is that they just don't have a number 3 option for Dallas on their team. Right now, it's listed as P.J. Washington. He was acquired at the trade deadline. That's their number 3 option right now. And my question mark is, where the heck is Tim Hardaway Jr.? For him? Like, he's usually like a 14 points per game guy. That's what Washington is averaging around in the playoffs. He's seen his minutes decrease like crazy. He's not even playable right now in the playoffs. Luka led the game, 30 points, 10 rebounds, 1 assist, 12 for 26 from the floor. Just it's been talked about in the chat here. Going to go through that because I've seen it a couple of times, but an absolute defensive liability in game number 1. He had a rough game defensively. Boston blew by Luka constantly on the floor, and Luka kept on getting blown by playing defense, and that led to scoring opportunities all over the place in game 1. So the Celtics have just taken Luka right out of the game, especially as a defender. Luka's going to play much better defense in order to give his team to have a chance tonight, because the Celtics were just getting downhill, dribbling past Luka and either kicking it to the corner or going right to the rim with very little rotation defensively by Dallas in the last game. But Kyrie, have to imagine that he's going to be much better tonight. Just 12 points in 37 minutes for Kyrie, as he got absolutely locked up. 6 for 19 shooting, 0 for 5 from 3-point range. And he was a minus 19 on the floor. That was the worst minus out of anybody in the entire game PJ Washington at 14. Gafford had just 8. He was limited to only 3 rebounds. Jaden Hardy, he was the 4th player who scored in double figures for Dallas. Most of those buckets were in garbage time. He had 13 points for Jaden Hardy. Derrick Jones Jr., corner perimeter threat, really struggled in the last game for him. 2 for 9 shooting. He's going to have to bounce back if Dallas wants to have a chance. Everything just completely went wrong. Derek Lively the second, 5 personal fouls, only 2 points in 18 minutes. Rough start to the finals for the rookie. And then Maxi Kleber. Also, same thing that they said about Luka's defense, going to say it about Maxi Kleber. Just a horrendous defensive game for him. He played around 19 minutes. He was a minus 15 during that span. Just another one of those defensive liabilities that you have on the floor with Maxi Kleber just being ripped apart defensively in the last game. And for Dallas, the big question mark is that they just don't have that big game experience with their team, especially with their role players. Derrick Jones Jr. gets signed in the veterans minimum contract. He's playing the best that he's done throughout the course of the playoffs. Best basketball right now statistically of his career. Just another step up for these guys. Daniel Gafford, he played at Washington. They were not close for multiple years to being a contender or a playoff team. Besides going all the way back to the John Wall, Bradley Beal days. But that was before Gafford got drafted. Gafford's in his 6th season. And then Derek Lively the second. He's only a rookie, age 20. So just very little experience. Boston's been here before 2022, 2 years ago. And they just ran out of steam 2 years ago. They know the mission this year for Banner 18. And 2 years ago, they came off back-to-back 7-game series matchups, beat Milwaukee in 7, beat the Heat in 7, and by the time they got to Golden State, they were just worn out completely. And this is just scary right here for Dallas here, because Boston, it was by far not their best game, what they played during the last game. Jason Tatum, only 16 points. He can do much better. 6 for 16 shooting from the floor. That's not going to cut it. Struggled a lot with inefficiency. A lot of ISO ball for him off the dribble. Has to get away from that and attack downhill to the rim. Because, of course, Tatum's capable of going off for 30-plus points and being efficient if he's able to attack and play downhill like he did against the Cavs late in the series, like he did in a couple of those games against the Pacers in the series. And also what's crazy is that Tatum had 6 turnovers. That's way too many turnovers. Poor decision making. He's going to have to cut back on the turnovers. Celtics had 14 turnovers in the last game, which was tied for the most turnovers in a single game of the playoffs by Boston so far. So there's a lot of improvement by the Celtics that they did not capitalize in game number 1 with some jitters themselves, especially by Tatum. And also Jaylen Brown, he's been amazing. Free throws, though, that needs work. Really struggled at the free throw line for Jaylen Brown. 6 for 11 at the free throw line for JB. And then as a team, they went just 13 for 19 at the free throw line. They know they're better than that. That's only 68% at the free throw line. They are better than that for Boston in free throws. And then the other key is that Peyton Pritchard. I think he's going to come out and have a much better game tonight for Peyton Pritchard for him. Adding in some more bench firepower in this game, because last game he had nothing. He played 16 minutes, 0 points in 16 minutes, 0 for 7 from the floor, missing 5 3-point shots. He's going to be much better tonight for Peyton Pritchard. So those are keys for improvement for the Celtics. Crazy, because they destroyed the Mavs in the last game. Jarrett on the stream, welcome in. Robert, thanks for joining in. A lot of people going for the Mavs tonight to pull this one off. Luka's putting up around 34 points per game in following a loss for Luka. Luka is available tonight, so there were question marks whether he played tonight for Luka, but he is good to go. Right knee sprain and left ankle soreness, as he was downgraded from probable to questionable, but he is good to go tonight inside the starting 5 for Luka. And I talked about a lot of stuff that needs to be better for Dallas. Starts off with less ISO ball. Better coaching. Starts off with Jason Kidd as the head coach, running actual offensive plays and less ISO ball. And then Kyrie will need to be elite for 30-plus points in order to win this game. Plus, Luka's going to have to get his 30-plus points. And then the role players have to get going for Dallas. That's the only way that they'll be able to be able to make this a series, you need Luka and Kyrie to drop down 30 plus. You need the role players to go off. Very little margin of error for this Dallas squad. If one player is off, it just takes this group completely away from what they want to do, which what they want to do is they prefer switches. Luka loves to get matchups that he likes to play iso ball with and go with switches. The thing is that Boston switches so well 1 to 5 that they switch everything. So this is the toughest matchup out there in the books for the Dallas Mavericks, because you do not have a preferred matchup. And Luka was limited to shoot 1 for 8 against Al Horford. That's not going to work either against Horford. Usually he was the one that got ripped to shreds defensively against smaller guards with burst and dribble drive speed like Donovan Mitchell and Tyrese Halliburton. But Luka is a bigger guard, less explosive though, and less blow-by speed, more methodical. And Luka was having a lot of trouble with Al Horford during the last game of the Celtics. They started off with Jaylen Brown on Luka and made a couple shots early on for Luka, and then there was a stretch that he really struggled because he was switched on to multiple guys, whether it was Horford, whether it was Tatum, Holiday. Everybody was playing Luka tough during the last game. Finished 12 for 26 from the floor, plus Kyrie. Kyrie, a couple times he took on Sam Hauser. Sam Hauser held his own out there defensively during the last game for him. But we'll see if the broomsticks do come out in this game. Game 2 is going to be a telling one tonight, whether it will be Mr. Smiley, James, Nate Group on Nate on the stream. Welcome in on the channel, everybody, tonight for this matchup. We are about 3 to 5 minutes away from tipping off. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Just my takeaway, what I saw from game 1, just so much more balance for Boston compared to Dallas. And coming into this playoff series, Boston starters averaged 91 points per game throughout the playoffs. Dallas starters averaged 84 points per game. By the way, I did not factor in Porzingis into that average. So Boston was already with a +7 in points per game on average without Porzingis. Plus, he averaged 20 points per game during the regular season. So if I add up his total, Boston with their 5 starters plus Porzingis is averaging 101, where Dallas with their 5 starters is averaging 84. If I add in Lively to the mix, since he's a bench guy, they'd be averaging around 93. So that's 101 to 90, or that is 111 to 93 that Boston would be averaging in this series, points per game over the top 6 of each of these teams. That includes Porzingis, that includes Lively, so the top bench player of both of these teams, 111 to 93 in points per game if you add the 5 starters plus the top bench player for both of these guys. So that's why I've been saying it looks like it's been 5-on-2 out there on the floor, because Boston's got so much balance in the team that their shots were basically even throughout the last game, whereas Dallas, they were just massive shot differential between Luka. He attempted 26 shots. Kyrie after that. Let's see if I can get the numbers right here. So Luka attempted 26 shots. Kyrie after that attempted 19. And then Washington attempted 11. Everybody else after that attempted single digits for shots after that in the lineup. Christian Paul on the channel, welcome in. Thanks all for joining and being a part here of the channel. We're going to be tipping off in around 3 minutes from now approximately. So appreciate you guys for waiting, and we'll be getting going real shortly in this one. We got 20 plus right now on this one. Let's go, everybody. John, welcome in from Taunton, not too far away from me. I'm like right down the road. Thanks for joining in here for John. Yeah, I go to Taunton quite a bit, actually. Do a lot of my grocery shopping over at Hannaford's for myself. So I'm like legit not even 5 minutes away from the Taunton border for me. So very, very close by. But I do a lot of my shopping over in that area. So much more firepower too for the Celtics. Just an absolute elite 3-point shooting team, because threes were a difference maker. They made 16 threes in game 1 for Boston. They got 8 players in their team that made 100 plus threes during the regular season. They're just an absolutely incredible three-point shooting team. Dallas only had 3. They only had 3 guys that made 100-plus threes in the regular season. One of those players, by the way, has been unplayable in this playoffs. Tim Hardaway Jr., he made 211 threes in the regular season. He has barely even played. Like, winning, like, the last, like, 8 games in the playoffs, he has barely played for THJ. He averaged over 14 points per game in the regular season. He's averaging just 4 right now for points per game in the playoffs for Tim Hardaway Jr. He had no points, played in 8 minutes during Game 1. You're going to have to find an extra shooter if you're Dallas to make this a series, because Boston has got so many weapons out on the perimeter for them that the only thing that's been like the Celtics' issue is the over-reliance upon threes if they miss those threes, but they're usually cooking. For the most part, like 85-90% of the time, they're usually getting their way and dropping down 3 after 3 after 3. And they're just such an elite three-point shooting team that 8 over 3 is just going to outweigh you every single time. So here we go, about to tip off in just a moment. Thanks all for joining in here as we are in game number 2 of the series. Boston looking to go up 2-0 in this series. Dallas looking to see if they can get on the board and bounce back in a big way and make this an even series at 1 apiece. Major game today. Luka's averaging just under 34 points per game in games following a loss in the playoffs. Charles, thanks for joining in here, man. Juan in the stream, welcome in. Yep, that's the big key there, Marcos. Kyrie, only 12 points. He's going to have to show up if Dallas wants to have a chance, plus the role players as well. Starting 5 looks like this for the visiting Dallas Mavericks. Derrick Jones Jr., Kyrie Irving, Luka, PJ Washington, and Daniel Gafford for Dallas, going up against Drew Holiday, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, and Al Horford is starting 5 for the Celtics. Celtics going the jersey that they have right behind me. The Tatum jersey, black uniforms, green numbers, white letters in the back. Green letters out in the front for the Celtics. Celtics going right to left on the floor. Dallas tonight, white jerseys, dark blue numbers, dark blue letters for this matchup as we are underway. It will be a Gafford and Horford as they go out for the opening tip. It is tipped up and controlled by Gafford as Dallas controls the opening tip. Left to right on the floor, the Mavs with the first possession to start off game number 2 tonight. Top of the key. With PJ Washington, sends it over to Luka at the right wing. Luka backs his way in the white, inside the key. Luka, fall away, tough shot, takes it, and he makes it. Good for 2 by Luka. 2-zip for Dallas off the opening possession. White, outlet pass ahead. Underneath, it's an easy bucket by Drew Holiday. Nobody back defensively for the Mavs. We're even at 2 apiece. Second possession, Jones at the right wing perimeter. Dribbles towards his left, slides it out to the left wing to Washington. Washington hands it off to Kyrie. He takes on the white now. Kyrie drives down the lane. Kyrie got it to go. Good with a right-hand layup. Dallas coming to play early on in this game, 4-2. Luka and Kyrie both with a bucket early. White crossing the midcourt logo outside of Brown. Left baseline dribble. Brown kick out to the corner, and that's a turnover. So Jaylen Brown's pass sailed wide to Drew Holiday as it went on the bounce. Turnover committed by Brown. 2 for 2 to begin. Game 2 for Dallas. Kyrie crossover at the wing. Thought about a step back, makes the extra pass. Washington from 3, splash. We get a series. 7-2 for Dallas. PJ Washington lets it rain from the perimeter. White at the top of the key. He's guarded by Kyrie. White switched here as he sends it over to Tatum. Tatum looking for a much better game. Went 6 for 16 during the last game. Brown, jumper, mid-range. No good off the rim. Tipped out of bounds off of Brown. It will go back to the Mavs. Much better start here for Dallas right out of the gate as they are firing at all cylinders. Tough shots they're making with elite level shot makers. Perfect 3 for 3 going with an ISO ball every single time. Luka at the top, guarded by Horford. Luka drives into Horford. Luka turnaround at the elbow off the front rim. No good. Battle for the rebound. Tipped up in the air. And they come down with it for Boston. Outlet pass ahead of the pack out Horford. And he throws it down with a 2-handed flush. Off the long rebound. Boston's able to execute. Just above 10 minutes left to go in the first. Kyrie, top of the free throw circle, outside over to Washington. Washington drives downhill in the paint. Washington, no good over White, missed the layup. Battle for the rebound, tipped around. And the Celtics pick up a loose ball foul as the clock will stop now with 9:50. So Dallas comes out and they bring the physicality early on in this game tonight. Much better adjusted Dallas Mavericks squad as they have come ready to play right now in Game 2 of the series. Luka inside the key, jump stop. Luka, jumper, mid-range, he's got it. Able to bounce in, good for 2 more by Luka. Luka on the roll right now, 4 points out of the 9 so far. As we approach 9.5 left to go in the first, Tatum at the top of the key, guard by Luka, 1-on-1. Tatum backs his way top of the free throw circle. He's got Holiday open in the corner. Swings it out to Drew. Up fake. Baseline dribble. Drew to the cup. Drew with a right-hand layup. It's good for 2 by Drew Holiday. That was a nice move off the left baseline dribble. Kyrie working on Holiday 1-on-1 at the NBA Finals logo. Kyrie dribble drive down the lane inside. Kyrie bounce pass underneath. Gafford puts it up off the top of the glass. Great defense for Boston. We get a foul here on the floor though. I believe it's going to be picked up, charged to Boston again. So Holiday, he had the first personal foul. Horford will pick this one up right now. So Horford picks up the second charge personal foul as a team. 1 each between Holiday and Horford right now. Inbound goes to Gafford around the perimeter. Dallas up by 3. Top of the key, Jones. Hands it off to Luka. Edge of the midcourt logo. Luka guarded by Tatum 1-on-1. Luka dribbles up. Floats him the shot at the low block. Bounced in for another bucket. 6 points out of 11 through Luka Doncic for Dallas. 3 for 4. Great start for him so far. Celtics looking to respond right back. Tatum yet to score, looking to change it. Tatum at the wing. Tatum dribble drive playing downhill, soars up to the cup, and he missed the layup. Jason Tatum blew an open layup going downhill right to the rim as Kyrie blocked by White. Out of bounds, it went off of Derek White last. Man, this physicality really ramped up so far in Game 2. Went off a Horford back to White. Off the block by Derek White as he swatted it away. Dallas gets the inbound at the right corner. Kyrie lays up the 3. He swishes it. 14-6. Dallas came to play tonight. They're going to actually roll the deep 2. 13-6 and a timeout taken in the floor by Joe Mazzulla. 8:18 left to go in the first quarter of action. Kyrie Irving knocking down a deep 2 jumper. 1 foot was on the 3-point line over Jason Tatum off the late switch, and Dallas has a 7-point lead to begin Game 2. Ain't lying down in this one for the Mavs, and the Celtics getting a wake-up call. They threw the first punch at Dallas. Dallas is now throwing the punch right back, and we got ourselves a series here currently. Just an absolutely elite backcourt between Luka and Kyrie. What I said in the pregame, this Dallas Mavericks team has very little margin of error. They're taking on their A++ game tonight, and that's what they would need to beat the Celtics with much more balance compared to Dallas. And they've gotten just elite level shot making out of Luka and Kyrie tonight. Early on in this game, the question is, will they be able to sustain it? We still got a long way to go. That's only the first time out, and Porzingis is yet to check in so far. We'll see when he does come in at some point this quarter. Edith, what's good? Welcome in. Evan Ray, thanks for joining in. Roy, Simo, welcome to the stream, everybody. Glad to have you guys back in. That's awesome. So welcome in from Wyoming right now on the stream as we got Daniel on the channel. Seven-point game right now. Dallas just elite offensively to begin. 60% shooting, 6 for 10. They're out hustling Boston on the floor as well. Celtics, they've scored 4 points out of the 6 through outlet passes and slam dunks at the rim, but still, it's a long way left to go. Drew Holiday, 4 points leading the way. Horford with a slam dunk off an outlet pass. Drew had a slam dunk off an outlet plus a baseline dribble layup for him by Holiday, so he leads the way. Tatum and Brown yet to score so far, same as White. But still, got a long way to go in this game. Yeah, a lot of great supporters out here on the channel from the Philippines. Joe Marie, welcome on the stream here, bud. First time out of the game, if you guys are new in the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams as well. Dallas 6 for 10 shooting. Boston only 3 for 5 right now for the Celtics. The turnover issues have been an early part so far that they've struggled with that one turnover, and also getting out-hustled on the glass. Dallas with a couple of opportunities to keep the possession going off of deflected balls out of bounds by Boston so far this game. So that's why there's an early advantage in the shot differential in favor of Dallas right now. But this just looks like a completely changed Dallas Mavericks squad from what we saw in game 1 of the series. So still a long way left to go in this game. Celtics trying to rally the troops right now and get their team right back into order. Trailing by 7. Largest deficit of the playoffs for Boston right now. Dallas has come to play with Kyrie and Luka scoring or assisting in all 13 made points so far. 5 of the floor look like this for the Celtics. Tatum, White, Brown, Holiday, and Horford. Porzingis still on the bench. Holiday laces up the 3, missed off the back rim. Offensive rebound controlled by Jaylen Brown. Holiday, kick out to the corner. Horford with a 3. He takes it over the cylinder, no good. Luka collects the defensive board. So Al Horford way off the mark right there in the right corner 3. Luka on the floor with Derek Lively the second, Derek Jones Jr., Kyrie, and also P.J. Washington. Luka's 3 from 29 feet straight away, missed off the rim. A rebound controlled by Boston. White into the hands of Tatum. Top of the key here for JT. Yet to score so far. Looking to change that as he is guarded by Lively 101. Tatum at the left wing. Step back 3 in the air over Lively. Takes it off the rim, no good. A rebound secured by Washington. Boston struggling here, playing ISO ball so far. Gonna attack and see if they can get something in the paint. Luka had his pocket picked, lost the ball, stole it away. White with a steal, pass off to the trailer. Brown dump off back to White. White went up, White got fouled. 2 free throws covered up here at the line for Derek White. So P.J. Washington, the guilty party, picks up the shooting foul. Boston will have their first 2 shots tonight at the free throw line. Defense right there as they pick the pocket of Luka. White went up and... Ooh, that's close. Is Dallas challenging this right now? I believe Dallas is going to challenge this call. Yeah, they are. So Dallas will challenge this call on the floor right now. Jason Kidd challenges the call that P.J. Washington got all ball and tied up Derek White. Referees rolled it a shooting foul. We will head to the timeout. 7:11 left to go in the first as we have our first challenge here in game number 2. I believe it's also our first challenge of the series right now. We did not have a single challenge in game number 1 of the series as Jason Kidd for Dallas challenges that P.J. Washington tied up Derek White on the layup underneath the Celtics hoop. So this is being looked at right now by the officials. As we will come back after this and see what this rolling is. That looked like a pretty clean block right there by Washington. Looked like he clearly got all ball on that to Derek White. I did not see anything as part of a forehand or a shooting hand or a forearm or a wrist or an elbow being contacted there. That looked clearly from the backside all ball. Alan, thanks for joining in, man. Glad to have you guys all back in the stream tonight, being a part of the channel. We got 400 plus right now. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams. Yeah, that clearly looked like from the last replay, it looked like all ball, but we'll see what happens once we come back from the break. There might be like other camera angles or so. Man, Dallas coming to play today. Like, this completely looks like a different team compared to game number 1. Like, their elite level shot making, it is showing up in a major way so far. Hey, what's good, Rafito, Melchor in the stream? Welcome in. Thanks all for joining in from the Philippines. Feel free, hit us up in the chat where you guys are coming from, what country you're supporting out here, where you're from. Let us know in the chat here. We got a lot of great people all over the course of the globe watching in. Philippines, Jamaica, Trinidad and Tobago, all over the place. So glad to have you guys all out here supporting out on the channel tonight. Hey, Will, welcome in. And by the way, Porzingis is yet to check in so far, so he is yet to come into the game. So just awaiting the call by the officials whether this will be a Dallas Mavericks foul or if it was a clean block and got all ball on the Derek White layup. So PJ Washington from behind. Ooh. Okay, that's a different case right there. He actually got the back of the hand of White. So he did get the ball, but he got the back of the hand first of White. So that is a shooting foul. We did not see that replay heading to the timeout. The first replay we saw from the side, that looked clearly all ball, but Derek White's hand was on the behind of the ball, and that's what Washington got, was the hand, then the ball. So that is a shooting foul. White's shooting 2 here at the free throw line as Dallas with Jason Kidd lost the challenge. That's a really tough challenge because if you're seeing it from the side angle as Derek White makes both of the free throws, you're clearly thinking it's all ball, but once that behind the play camera angle popped up, that got the hand of Derek White. Back to action, Lively at the top, hands it off to Kyrie, drives in Tatum, kick out to the corner, Kleber with a 3, that is well off the mark, short Lively with the offensive rebound, Lively underneath off the pivot, Lively got it blocked, and he tossed it to the wrong player. Here goes Brown attacking downhill, right to the cup as he soars up, and he throws it down with a 2-handed flush. Oh, baby, fast break transition, Jaylen Brown, an absolute animal on the floor right now. Holy smokes, Derek White with a humongous block as he denied the big man from Dallas Lively as Kleber missed the 3 around the rim and out to rebound control by Boston, and then the ball got flung to Brown and he just took it with a head full of steam downhill to the cup. Tatum drives, attacks, and Tatum gets fouled. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line here for JT as Kleber picks up the first personal foul. Maxi Kleber is an absolute just liability on the floor right now. You have to get him out of there if you're Jason Kidd. That's a coaching mistake to have a player like Maxi Kleber on the floor. He just completely looks not ready. Didn't even try contesting the dunk by Jaylen Brown. Missed a wide open 3, and then he picked up the fall on Tatum. Like, he just checked into the game same time as Porzingis. That was a non-shooting foul, so this will stay Boston ball. Porzingis is in the game right now. Tatum, Holiday, Porzingis, White, and Brown. 5 on the floor. Tatum at the elbow, floats the pass down low off to White. Tatum on the pass got fouled. So another quick foul here picked up, charged to Dallas. And that's going to be, again, the one before that was charged to Kleber. And now it's on Kyrie. So that fall was picked up, charged to Kyrie. Bounce pass top to keep Porzingis. Drives at the free throw circle. Porzingis launches the jumper over Jones. Rattles out, gets fouled. 3 straight fouls within a 40-second span committed by Dallas. And now we have free throws as Porzingis got fouled on the shot at the free throw circle. So Porzingis will shoot 2. That is charged to Jones. Vernon, thanks for joining in here, man. Celtics looking to mount a comeback right now. They got an opportunity to do so with Kleber in the game. First one is good by Porzingis. Hey, what's good? Wild Bill, welcome in. Bradley, welcome back in here, bud. Josh Green, first time on the floor, checks in place of Kyrie. This is a good opportunity right now for the Celtics to do some damage with half of their duo on the floor. Luka is on the floor. Kyrie is on the bench. Great opportunity right now to see if they can take the lead here for Boston. Free throw number 2 is good by Porzingis. Porzingis with 2 points in the opening minute that he's checked into the game. Kleber drives baseline. Kleber blocked by Porzingis. Here goes the Celtics with it. Maxi Kleber gets rejected. White at the ring. Kick out to the corner. Holiday outside over to White. White into the hands to Tatum now at the left double. Tatum backs his way. Bouncing bodies. Tatum fall away baseline. Off the back from no good. A rebound secured by Lively. A lot of fouls early on in this game as we're down to 5.5 left to go in the first. Just 4 for 10 shooting for the Celtics, 5 for 12 for the Mavs. After a great start for Dallas, they have been able to slow down offensively. Luka weaves his way, goes up, and got fouled as I believe that'll be charged to Tatum, and it will. So Tatum picks up his first personal foul as Luka drove right past him off the crossover, and then Tatum committed the foul from behind. So this will be 2 shots coming up here at the line for Luka. Running out of a little steam lately for Dallas as they got out to a great start. First free throw was no good for Luka. Dallas led as many by 7 at one point to begin this game. It was 13-6. And now it's 13-12. The Celtics able to start to mount a run. Luka will shoot his second shot here at the line. It's up and it's no good. Around the rim and out. Luka goes empty. That trip of the free throw line, and the Celtics with a chance to take the lead here. Brown crosses the midcourt logo. Top of the key for JB. Guarded by Kleber. The mismatch 101. Brown working on Kleber here. Dribbles, drives, inside to the key, outside. Hauser laces up the 3. No good, off the rim. Rebound secured by Luka. Outlet pass up in the air. Deflected. Loose out of bounds. It went off of Dallas. That's a turnover. So Luka trying to do too much right there as he went for the full court outlet, but a great job getting back defensively for Sam Hauser. Brown bumped into, and he actually traveled with it. Sloppy game so far by both of these teams. Having a tough time settling in. Jaylen Brown commits the travel off the pivot inside the key. Yeah, that was great defense by Sam Hauser. Deflected it, then it went off the fingertips of Lively on the outlet pass out of bounds off Dallas. Good catch by the officials right there. Luka at the right wing. Kyrie's currently in the bench at the moment. Luka, follow away over Tatum, deep 2. Luka, and he buries it. 15-12. Luka Doncic on fire so far. 4.5 left to go in the first. Luka's got 8 points. Brown dribbles up to the elbow. Brown kick out to the wing. Hauser lobs it off to Porzingis. Backs his way in the smaller Kleber. Porzingis inside the key. Fall away over Kleber. He scores up and through. It's good for 2 by KP. That's a mismatch right there, folks. Porzingis over Kleber. Kleber getting a lot of minutes early on in this game and a defensive liability in the floor. Luka, a lot of iso ball. Drives on Tatum inside the low block. Luka, and he traveled with it. It's a turnover. Sloppy with the basketball so far in this game for both of these teams. Multiple miscues on both sides of the floor. Dallas committed their 4th turnover tonight. Celtics with 2 total turnovers tonight. Boston looking to see if they can make a response. They have yet to lead tonight's game in a very, very low-scoring first quarter. Just a defensive bloodbath of a battle. 4 minutes left to go in the first. Porzingis pops up with a 3. Off the rim, no good. A rebound secured by Lively. Pass midcourt with Luka. Luka at the right wing, guarded by Holiday. Takes the 3 over Drew, and he splashes it. Luka Doncic doing everything on the floor for the Mavs so far tonight. Double digits for Luka right now. He's got 11. Celtics with the ball. Tatum at the top. Tatum's been held scoreless. 0 for 3 shooting. A lot of hero ball. This ball is not snapping if you're the Celtics. Outside Hauser takes the 3. Off the rim, no good. Tipped up off the glass. And the rebound gets controlled by Kleber for Dallas. Way too many hero ball movements for the Celtics here. Washington floater. Washington drops it into the bucket for the basket. 20-14, getting into the mid-range for PJ. Holiday at the left wing. That ball is stuck right now. Gotta move it if you're Boston and start to play downhill. Way too many 3s, not too many 2s. Here's a 3 taken by Brown. Straight away around the rim and out to rebound secured by Dallas. But we do have a loose ball foul picked up on the floor. Charged to Josh Green of Dallas. So wait a moment here. Josh Green picked up the loose ball foul, and the Celtics are in the bonus right now. So they'll shoot 2 free throws coming up. Not a good start here for Boston. Celtics are 0 for 7. They have yet to make a 3. They made 16 threes in Game 1. They're 0 for 7 from the perimeter, 5 for 16 shooting the ball from 2. They're right now 5 for 9 from 2, 0 for 7 from 3. First free throw is good by Jrue Holiday. Vegas, what's good? Welcome in here, man. This is not a good start for Boston. Kleber will check out right now. So you needed to make a run with Kyrie on the bench if you're the Celtics, and Kleber just checked out. He was the player who they started to do damage on offensively in this game for the Celtics. All of that was through attacking and getting into the paint. Second free throw is good by Jrue. 20-16. Jrue Holiday, the only player with multi-buckets so far tonight for the Celtics. 2 for 3 shooting, 6 points leading the way for Boston. Luka got it stripped. Luka went up. Luka got fouled by Holiday. So Luka will shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line right now. This has been a start and stop first quarter. A lot of foul trouble early on for both of these teams. Celtics have spread out the fouls here. 1 each between Tatum, Horford, and Holiday. For Dallas, 1 each between Washington, Jones, Kyrie, and Kleber. So nobody in multi-fouls yet. Dallas now heads to the bonus. And the first free throw is good by Luka. 21-16. Just a gritty defensive game. And the Celtics just have had the looks. They just cannot make the threes for them. Second is good by Luka. 22-16. Boston is yet to lead. Missing all 7 3-point shot attempts that they have chucked up so far. That is actually 2 by Holiday. Yep, so that is 2. Yeah, ESPN only has it statted as 1. They haven't updated their stats just yet. Brown at the right wing, guarded by Luka. Brown dribbles up to the elbow, outside Horford. Touch pass to the corner. Hauser bumped into by Kyrie. This will be free throws coming up for the Celtics. They're in a bonus. Sam Hauser gets fouled by Kyrie. That's going to be Kyrie's second. So Jrue Holiday has 2 personal fouls. Kyrie has 2 personal fouls. And I mean, the Celtics can afford those personal fouls for them because they've got a deep team. For Dallas, a large bulk of their offense comes through 2 guys. That's not a good sign for Kyrie that he just picked up his second. The 2 guys that you cannot afford to get into foul trouble if you're Dallas are Kyrie and Luka. Luka's got 0 fouls. He's turned it over 3 times, though. 13 points. By far, leading this game. But this will be free throws coming up here at the line for Boston, down by 6. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, best of luck with the sports story publishing there, Harry. That's great, man. We got 500 plus watching right now if you guys are new in the stream. Smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring the notification bell if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. And this has been a snail's pace, tortoise pace first quarter that we've got right now going on. Choppy. A lot of fouls. Not a whole lot of made shots at all. The Celtics, 0 for 7 from the perimeter, 5 for 16 from the floor. Dallas, 9 for 18, 2 for 4 from 3. It's been a Luka Doncic show in the first quarter. 13 points in 9 minutes, 5 for 7 shooting, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Sam Hauser, 2 free throws in the bonus. First one is good, right down the middle. Great sign to see. Boston, out of the 17 points that they've scored so far, 7 of those points have come at the free throw line. That's just under half. Hauser will have a second free throw coming up. It's a shock they're in this game right now, despite going 0 for 7 from the perimeter. If they find their way from 3, then it's going to be the Celtics in this game. The rest is history, especially with the Kyrie early foul trouble. Second one is good. 22-18. 44% of the points have been at the free throw line. 8 out of the 18 so far tonight for the Celtics. 2:10 left to go in the first. Kyrie on the floor with 2 personal fouls. Kyrie drives on Brown at the elbow. Kyrie backs his way, got the ball poked loose. 5 of the shot clock. Kyrie tiptoes the baseline. Jacks up the 3 off the rim. No good. He was out of bounds anyway. That's a turnover. Jaylen Brown smothering defense, playing with a man with a purpose on a mission for Jaylen Brown as he locked down Kyrie on that possession. Celtics with the ball down by 4. Derek White on the floor with Porzingis, Brown, Hauser, and Horford away from the basketball. That's a terrible foul committed by Dallas. I believe Porzingis got pushed away from the basketball. I believe this is going to be charged to Kleber. That was an awful, awful foul. So let's see who they're going to send to the free throw line here. Boston's in the bonus. This will be Jaylen Brown, actually. Jaylen Brown will shoot 2 at the free throw. Or no, this will be Porzingis. The camera is focused on Brown, so that was on Kleber. That was a horrific foul committed by Kleber. Porzingis didn't even possess the basketball. He was trying to set a screen for Brown, who had the ball. First free throw is good by Porzingis. By the way, bounce back game tonight at the free throw line. And the Celtics are playing amazing at the free throw line. 9 for 9 right now on the free throws. Kel, thanks so much for joining in from the Philippines, taking the Mavs tonight. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like, Celtics or Mavs. Porzingis, right down the middle, delivers in the free throw. 22-20. Bad fouls committed by Dallas in this game. In the first quarter, Mavs with the ball top of the key. Kyrie drives in the white at the elbow. Bounce pass left corner, Washington. Washington inside the key, working on Hauser. Outside off the green. 5 in the shot clock. Top of the key, Kleber wide open. Out to the elbow, Gafford. 2 in the shot clock. Kleber for 3. No good off the rim. Brown collects the defensive rebound. And a loose ball foul picked up on the floor. Charge 2. I believe it's going to be Jaylen Brown here. The fans are signaling. Jaylen signaling. Challenge. Let's see in this replay. Kleber for the 3. It goes around the rim and out. Brown soars up for the rebound. Ooh, that was a little bit of an acting job right there by Daniel Gafford to get the benefit of the call. Wow, there really wasn't much contact there between Brown and Gafford. Gafford did a heck of an acting job as Gafford will head to the free throw line. So Joe Mazzulla elects not to challenge. And this will be 2 free throws. I mean, yeah, you don't need a challenge here. You get a poor free throw shooter at the line. Just let it go. He'll probably miss both of the free throws. First one, no good. So 1:30 left to go. First free throw is missed at the line for Gafford. So this will be a second free throw coming up here by Gafford. And it is well short. That was a big U. Missed a free throw, well short of the rim. A rebound controlled by Boston. Great gamble there not to take the challenge by Mazzulla. He read the scouting report, saw that he had like a 60% free throw shooter at the free throw line, and he went empty that trip. Dallas crushing themselves, missed opportunities multiple times early on in this game at the free throw line. Porzingis right over Kyrie, and he scores. It's good for 2 by KP. Deep 2 jumper delivers. Top of the free throw circle, just open. Shooting right over the top of Kyrie. Washington almost lost the handle. Ball got deflected into the hands of Kleber. Kleber, 55 seconds left to go in the first. Hand off Kyrie. Kyrie towards his right, guarded by White around the perimeter. Drives downhill to the rim, and he scores up and in off the backboard. Celtics have yet to lead so far today. Can they do so to close out the end of the first quarter? Jaylen Brown playing like a man on a mission. He will slow it down right here at the edge of the midcourt logo. Brown, top of the key. Brown, outside finds White. Laces up the 3. Off the rim, no good. Celtics are 0 for 8 from the perimeter. Rebound controlled by Dallas. Kyrie at the TD Garden logo. 25 seconds left to go in the first. Kyrie dribbles to the edge of the midcourt logo. He's working on Brown 101. Pick gets set here by Washington. Washington flares off towards his left. Kyrie stole the ball at the right wing. Kyrie drives downhill to the cup, and he scores with a right-hand layup. Crafty off the dribble by Kyrie Irving. Celtics with a final possession to close out the first quarter. Jaylen Brown drives, kick, corner 3, Horford, and he hits it. Bang, bang. Finally, somebody buries a 3 right before the buzzer as we close out the end of the first quarter in just a moment as the Celtics pick up a horrific foul around the perimeter. With 0.1 seconds left to go, Josh Green, was this in the 3-point shot attempt? 0.1. It's going to be 3 free throws at the line by Josh Green with 0.1 left to go in the first. First one he missed off the back rim. Dallas, the worst free throw shooting team in the playoffs, shooting around 70% at the free throw line, and they're crushing themselves, missing these free throws here. Second shot by Green, he delivers. 0.1 remaining in the first quarter. third free throw. Got it. Gets 2 out of 3. Bad foul committed by Derek White around the perimeter. And we close out at the end of the first quarter. 28-25. The Celtics have yet to lead tonight. 13 by Luka, 8 by Kyrie. They're combining to shoot 9 for 12 from the floor. They are absolutely elite right now in game number 2 in the first quarter. This has been a sloppy game tonight. Multiple turnovers, multiple fouls. That first quarter finally finished as, wow. It took a while to finish up that first quarter. If you're doing a stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell if you'd like to be notified for future live streams. The Celtics scored 10 out of their first 25 points in this game at the free throw line. Free throws are helping out the cause tonight for Boston. They are 40% at the free throw line. Dallas is horrific. If Dallas makes all their free throws right now, they are leading 33-25. They're up by 8 if they make all their free throws right now. They've left 5 free throws off the board. They're 4 for 9 at the free throw line for Dallas currently. The Celtics made their final 3-point shot by Al Horford. He started off 0 for 8. And then on their 9th 3 of the game from the left corner, Al Horford buried a 3. So finally somebody buries the 3. But I need to see much more balance from the Celtics in the second quarter and beyond. Boston has attempted 10 twos. They've attempted 9 threes. And I know they love to make those threes and attempt those threes, but just 19 attempted shots, 10 of those twos, 9 threes right now for the Celtics. Got to play with more so of a, I would like to see, in my honest opinion, a 60-40 balance. I know a lot of people like it when the Celtics do more so a 50-50 balance, but I really like a 60-40 balance between twos being 60% twos, 40% threes for Boston. I think that's a comfortable balance. More so for this game, you got to go based on how you're not making threes. You can lean more towards 65-35 or even 70-30 if you're the Celtics, because you're bricking these threes left and right now in this game. As a team, they made 6 twos, so from 2-point range, they are right now 60%. They're 6 for 10. 6 for 10 from 2, and they're 11% from 3. Appap, thanks for joining in. Glad to have you back in the stream, man. Top Runner, Muhammad, welcome in, everybody, tonight. Mushroom Merchant, Rye's been on the stream for a while. Glad to have you guys all jump in, be a part here throughout the stream tonight here. We got over 600 plus, everybody. Let's go right now. Let's make this as big as possible tonight for this channel here with as many people possible. Hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win, Celtics or Mavs. Luka's got 13 for Dallas, leading the way. Kyrie's got 8. Those guys are elite, and that's what they needed in order to be able to pick up a win and even up this series. They've got elite offensive production, combining for 21 out of 28 so far between Luka and Kyrie, where the Celtics just, Porzingis is looking good, I have to say. Porzingis still doing what he did in the first quarter, or first half of the last game, shooting over smaller guys, like he did over Kleber, like he did over Kyrie in this game. Both of those field goals he made, he's just shooting over guys right now. He's got 8 points, the team leader for Porzingis, in 7 minutes off the bench. 6 points by Drew Holiday, and then 5 by Horford. Horford with a monster 3. You got to get going, though. Jason Tatum stuck in his shell right now. You need to get going if you're Jason Tatum. Absolutely stuck in his shell. Nothing so far for Tatum. No points in 9 minutes. 0 for 4 shooting for Jason Tatum. Jaylen Brown's only got 2. So your duo has got nothing basically so far. Brown's only got 2. Tatum with 0. Back to action. Peyton Pritchard on the floor for the first time tonight. Peyton Pritchard on the floor with Tatum, Porzingis, White, and Brown. Brown gives it off to White. Jumper at the baseline, and he connects on it. Derek White makes the 2. 28-27. Good start here. Great ball movement by Brown over to White from the elbow to the right baseline for a 10-footer. Luka, step back jumper over to smaller Pritchard, and it goes around the rim. Drops in for the buckets. 15 out of the 30 through Luka to begin game 2. Celtics have it at the wing. Derek White lobs it over to the elbow into the hands of Tatum, guarded by Kyrie. Tatum draws a double team, bounce pass underneath, cutting back door, throwing it down with a two-handed flush. It's Jaylen Brown with a slam jam. 1 point game. Excellent playmaking abilities right there by Jason Tatum to see the backdoor cutter with Jaylen Brown, who is open. Corner three. Luka sizzles the triple. 33-29. The scoring start to pick up right now in this one. Flex, welcome in the stream here, bud. Tatum at the left wing, left baseline dribble. Tatum circles around, outside to the top. Pritchard will try three. Off the mark, no good. Missed shot by Pritchard. Rebound control by Green. Up the floor, Josh Green. Green bobbled it. Green lost it. Green turns it over. A turnover committed by Dallas. Adam, JDC, we are living in the Great Depression. Welcome to the stream here, guys. Being a part of the channel right now. Underneath Brown. Brown lost it out of bounds. A turnover committed by Boston right back. Very sloppy game with the turnovers tonight. Both of these teams. 8 turnovers, or that's 7 turnovers by Dallas. Celtics just picked up their 4th a moment ago. Luka, fall away over Brown. Luka, and he keeps on hitting tonight. Luka, he averages 34 points per game following a loss. He has got himself 20 right now in this one. 35-29, top of the key Tatum. Luka's on a mission. Up fake over to Porzingis. Porzingis in the outside finds White. White at the right wing. Step back, thought about it, lobbed it out to the corner. That's a big U. That's a bad turnover. Nobody there. Rare mistake by Boston by Derek White. He had been excellent in the assist to turnover ratio column throughout this entire playoffs, but that is by far his worst turnover that I've seen throughout the entire course of the 2024 playoffs by Derek White. It got sent to nobody who was in the corner. Luka, step back three over Porzingis. Luka, no good, around the rim and out to rebound secured here by White. Holiday up the floor finds Tatum. Tatum looking to play downhill. Tatum attacks downhill, right to the rim, he scores. Up and off the backboard, good for 2. Finally, by Jason Tatum. Finally, he gets his first bucket of the game with around 9.5 left to go before halftime. Kyrie, fall away, tough shot over Pritchard, off the back rim, no good. A rebound secured by Holiday. Celtics will slow it down. Drew at the top, sends it off to Tatum. Tatum looking to see if he can continue to play downhill, guarded by Lively. Lobs it off to Porzingis, off fake. Porzingis floats up the shot. Porzingis, and he puts it through. It's good for 2 by KP. Good job off the up fake, able to get right past the defender inside the key for Porzingis. Porzingis with 10 points, 2 rebounds in the block. Luka from the corner. Luka took the 3 off the rim, no good. White collects the defensive rebound. Celtics have yet to lead tonight. Looking to change that. White, kick, corner, open 3, Tatum. Off the mark, no good. Huge offensive rebound, control by Pritchard, the smallest player on the floor. Holiday drives, attacks, outside Tatum. Tatum at the wing. Tatum, spin move. Tatum drives on Dante Exum. Tatum couldn't finish. Too strong off the rim. A rebound secured by Dallas, and they soar up and they throw it down with a 2-handed flush by Washington. They're going to count that or no? It's going to be an offensive foul actually committed by Dallas. Derek Lively. Oh, he pushed down Porzingis underneath the hoop to clear a pathway. That's an offensive foul by Lively. Derek Lively the second looking to clear that pathway for Washington with a slam dunk. And he shoves down Porzingis underneath the hoop, and then Washington trailed a play, threw it down right over Porzingis, but it was not counted by the officials. 2-point game. Tatum's really struggling, has it at the elbow. Tatum, guarded by Lively, backs his way at the low block, bounce pass, right corner, the 3 by Derek White, and he splashes it. Bang, bang, it's the first lead of game 2 for the Celtics. Derek White sizzles the triple. They were down by 7 at one point, 13-6, and now they're up 36-35. Can they sustain this for Dallas? Celtics defense starting to tighten up. Luka skip past the wing. Washington with a 3. Off the back, no good. Offensive rebound for a moment. It was lost though up the floor. Outlet pass. White. One man to beat. White blocked to the rim by Washington. Got the ball back though. Dribble to the outside. Into the hands to Tatum. 7:40 left to go before halftime. Tatum at the right wing perimeter. Guard by Luka, 101. Shake and bake Tatum. Tatum dribbles, drives, right down the lane. He lost it with his hands up in the air looking for the foul call. He turns it over. Luka Dump off down low. Lively underneath. Lively with a shot off the rim. No good. Up in the air. Horford tips it over to Pritchard for the basketball. Celtics up the floor. They got numbers. 4-on-2. White on the outside finds Pritchard. Pritchard in transition. We have a timeout here taken in the floor. Charge to Boston by Joe Mazzulla. Celtics will talk things over as they played non-stop 5-minute straight-up basketball with barely any whistles. 7 minutes left to go before halftime. Boston with their first lead in the night. 36-35 as we take the timeouts. What a game right now. Derek White with a monster 3. He is up to 7 for the first lead of the game. Jason Tatum's only got 2 tonight on 1 for 6 shooting. Gotta play downhill, and when you play downhill, you gotta finish at the rim if you're Tatum. These are uncharacteristic blown layups. Tatum has blown 2 layups so far this game, 2 strong off the glass. 2 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists for Tatum. He's cracking under pressure. Luckily, Porzingis is saving this team right now. Without Porzingis, this would definitely be a 1-1 series. Porzingis shooting over smaller dudes for deep 2s. 10 points by Porzingis, 7 by White, 6 by Holiday, 5 by Horford, 4 by Brown, 2 by Tatum. The 2 J's struggling right now, combining for 6 points, shooting 3 for 10 from the floor, specifically Tatum, who is 1 for 6, missing and blowing wide open layups. Luckily for the Celtics, it's only a one-man show for the most part. Luka with 20. Kyrie's got 8, 5 by Washington. The role players have been nowhere. Nowhere for the role players for Dallas. Derek Jones Jr., 0. Daniel Gafford, 0. Derek Lively II, 0. Maxi Kleber, 0. Dante Exum, 0. Jaden Hardy, 0. Josh Green, 2. Lucky for Boston, there's been no role player success in this series right now. Boston shooting a brutal 2 for 12 from the perimeter. Derek White with a monster 3, though. Finally, they've hit a couple threes recently after a 0 for 8 start, ever since they are 2 for 4 from 3. This has just been a sloppy game all around. Dallas has turned it over 8 times. Celtics have turned it over 5 times. Boston's perfect at the line, 10 for 10. And Dallas is wrecking their opportunities tonight at the free throw line. They're 4 for 9 right now. So we'll go over some more of that during halftime here. Jacinto on the street, welcome in. Jojo, thanks for joining in. Yes, Celtics can win without Tatum. As shown in the last game, he had 16 points on 6 for 16 shooting. It's just the Celtics team is so deep that even with one player having an off game, they're still more than capable of winning. They won last game by a ton with Tatum having an off game, and they're leading by 1 right now, doing the same. Tatum and Brown are having an off game, and right now they're doing the same. Everybody for the most part is having an off game besides Porzingis. Porzingis is just shooting over the top of mismatches constantly over smaller dudes. Deep 2s, constantly shooting over the top of them with no issue. So, he doesn't see a defender, whatever. It's just complete target range practice for Porzingis. Yeah, it's a one-man show. Luka's got 20 right now at this moment. This is a one-man show for Dallas. Kyrie's got 8. Back to action. 36-35. Is that sustainable? That's the question for Dallas. Holiday outside to the left wing. White has to toss up a prayer. No good. Around the rim and out. That was a tough shot down to 2 in the shot clock by White. And the rebound got tipped up to Kleber. 5 on the floor look like this for Dallas. Dallas has the basketball. Luka, Josh Green, Maxi Kleber, PJ Washington, and then Derek Jones Jr. Kyrie right now is on the bench. Luka at the mid-right block, backs his way on Tatum, and away from the basketball. We get a foul here charged to, I believe it's going to be on the Celtics here, away from the ball, so the clock will stop. Highest career points per game following a loss in NBA playoff history, minimum of 10 games. Luka's averaging 34.3 points per game This is actually a technical foul charged to Peyton Pritchard. Defensive 3 seconds inside the key. On a technical by Pritchard, Luka with a technical free throw, and he missed it. They are 40% as a team at the free throw line. The worst free throw shooting team in the entire playoffs, Dallas, came into the series shooting around 70% at the free throw line. Tonight, they're 4 for 10 right now on free throws. Baya, thanks for joining in. Roger, welcome back in the stream here, man. Achilles Cruz, welcome in, taking the Mavs. A lot of Mavs fans out there. 6:20 left to go before halftime. Luka inside the key. Bounce pass left wing. Josh Green with a 3. Came off the rim short. Rebound secured by Tatum. Tatum up the floor finds Brown. Brown's only got 4 so far. Brown, off fake. Brown sneaks around right to the rim. He scores up and in. It is good for 2 off the step through for Jaylen Brown. That's a completely legal play for Jaylen, and throughout his career, he has worked at it to perfection. The up fake, and then off the pivot foot, which is perfectly legal. He's able to rip through off the step through, and that's how he scored the open layup around the defender. Corner 3 by Green, missed another one. Off the mark, offensive rebound control by Jones over to Green, cutting to the hoop, and he scores with a right-hand layup. 1 point game, 5.5 left to go before halftime. Brown dribbles up, spin move, kick out to the corner. Pritchard, right baseline dribble, bounce pass left corner. Holiday, left baseline dribble, right to the rim, soars up, and he scores with a right hand finish. Celtics by 3 once again. 5:15 before halftime. Drew Holiday's been excellent attacking downhill. 8 points on 3 for 4 shooting for him. Underneath the hoop to the roller, that is Derrick Jones Jr. who scores for 2. 1 point game right now. Celtics with the ball. Brown swings it outside to Tatum. Watch out. That could be a half-court violation. Tatum saves it. Wrong player, though. Deflected over to Jones. And he scores off the turnover. Big U by Jason Tatum as he couldn't save it. It was a bad pass either way by Jaylen Brown. Tatum tried a gamble, tossed it to the wrong player at the midcourt logo, and Jones scored a bucket, and an and one coming up at the free throw line as Tatum picks up the shooting foul. Derrick Jones Jr., you got a role player start to come alive right now for the Mavs. One shot for DJ. Got it at the line for Derrick Jones Jr. 42-40 as Dallas is taking the lead right back. You cannot be playing a close game if you're the Celtics against this Dallas team. And Dallas is just so clutch. Holiday off to Tatum. Bounce pass behind his back off to Holiday. And he scores up and in off the backboard. Good for 2 by Drew. 10 points by Drew Holiday in the first half. He has been excellent attacking to the rim. Tatum just picked up his 5th assist of the game. Kyrie, top of the key, drives on Tatum. Kyrie rises for the deep 2. Off the mark, no good. Horford collects the defensive rebound. Tatum, under 4:20 left to go at the top, backs his way on Kyrie. Tatum drives on Kyrie. Tatum attacks, dump off down low, off the Tatum. Horford, and he scores if they're going to count it or no. Tatum got fouled by Kyrie, so this will stop the clock here. Not in the bonus. That is actually on Kleber. So it's on Kleber as Tatum got sandwiched in between Kleber and Kyrie. Refs called on Kleber. So lucky for Kyrie. That would have been his 3rd. Kleber just picked up his 3rd off the bench. Tatum's only got 2. 1 for 7 shooting. Inbound goes to Boston. Tatum at the left wing perimeter, guarded by Jones, 101. Switch guarded by Lively at the top. Tatum, step back 3 in the air. Off the back rim, no good. Offensive rebound control by Holiday. Drew, fall away. Deep 2, off the rim, no good. Rebound control by Green. Tough shots right now for Boston, going right into the step back iso ball mode. And Dallas will burn a timeout. 42-42. Timeout on the floor taken with under 4 minutes left to go before halftime, and this is a tie game. Both of these offenses are completely stuck right now. This is simply embarrassing for Jason Tatum. 17 minutes, 2 points. 2 points for Tatum on 1 for 8 shooting. Tatum is trying to be the hero, and it's terrible. Absolutely terrible trying to be a hero, just going into straight-up iso ball shots off the dribble right now. 20 points for Luka. He is the game winner on 8 for 12 shooting, 2 for 5 from 3. And then Kyrie has 8 points, the number 2 scorer for Dallas, on 4 for 7 shooting tonight. Really, really bad performance by Tatum. And somehow this is only a tie game because of the Celtics defense. Luckily, the Celtics defense has shown up in a big way so far. Both of these teams are rough. Dallas struggling with the turnovers. 8 turnovers by the Mavs. Celtics with 6 turnovers. What helped out the Celtics in the first quarter was that they went perfect at the free throw line, 10 for 10. Dallas is only 5 for 11 right now in free throws. Both of these teams cannot draw a 3 to save their lives. A combined 5 for 25 from 3. Celtics are 2 for 14. Dallas is 3 for 11 from 3 right now. This is just an outright embarrassing game by Tatum. 10 points by Jrue Holiday. I love his game. He's been able to get to the rim and score off baseline dribble drives, get past the defense. He's having a lot of success dribbling left baseline to the cup for Jrue Holiday tonight, scoring backdoor with a right-hand layup. Also, receiving the pass off a shovel or down underneath the hoop and scoring open underneath the hoop for Holiday. And then Porzingis is just shooting over dudes on the floor. Much smaller guys, he's just shooting over for deep twos. So both of them have 10 points each between Porzingis and Holiday. 7 points by White. 6 by Brown. Brown needs to be more aggressive. Brown's only 3 for 5 right now for him, so he's got 4 assists. Here's the thing, Tatum and Brown are combining for 9 out of the 12 assists. They're playmaking more than shooting in this game. I'm fine with that for Tatum. I'm fine with Tatum's playmaking right now because he's going into full ball ISO mode and breaking shot after shot after shot. But for Jaylen Brown, he's only attempted 5 shots. He's going to have to be aggressive for him because he's had a lot of success when he's been aggressive, and hopefully he'll be able to start to become aggressive. He's struggled tonight with turnovers, though. He's turned it over 4 times for Jaylen Brown. Yeah, Tatum's just he's just chucking up shot after shot after shot, trying to be a hero for himself. You got to stop doing that. It's a team game. It's not an individual game if you're Jason Tatum. It's a team game. Like, you're letting your complete team down trying to take step back 3 after step back contested 3. What's good, Jeff in the stream? Welcome in, brother. Thanks for stopping by, man. Luka, he's got 20 tonight. He's averaging over 34 points per game after a loss in a playoff game. That's the most out of any player in NBA history, over Michael Jordan right now for Luka. Luka's looking for his team to move as we get back to action. Luka saying, come on, man, nobody's moving. They're playing straight up ISO. Wide open 3 by Jones. Came off the rim short to rebound control by Holiday. 5 on the floor here for Boston. Tatum, Holiday, Brown, Porzingis, and White. Tatum dribbles, drives, dump off down low. Holiday double clutch, and he scores up and off the backboard. He leads the way for the Celtics with 12 by Jrue Holiday. Jrue Holiday just been amazing so far today, finishing at the rim. Jumper deep 2, missed off the mark, no good by Kyrie. Tipped up to Boston for the defensive rebound. Celtics have it up the floor. Jalen attacks, drives downhill, outside to the top, into the hands to Porzingis. Slides it off to his right to Tatum. Tatum at the right wing, working on Lively. Tatum at the elbow. Shovels it over to White. White, no good. Took the jumper around the rim and out to rebound, secured by Lively. Luka on the floor with Lively, Derrick Jones Jr., Kyrie, and also P.J. Washington. Luka lob over the top, and it's a 2-handed flush by Derrick Jones Jr. And that's the first alley-oop jam in the series. Luka up to his 3rd assist tonight. Top of the key. Tatum sends it outside over to Holiday. Holiday drives downhill with a right hand, and he scores up and through. It's good for 2 more by Jrue Holiday. Oh, man, he's been excellent tonight. 14 now by Jrue. 6 for 8, setting the tone for this team going downhill. That was a nice right-hand floater. Luka with a 3. Luka straight away, and he's money. Luka buries the triple. Unstoppable tonight in this game. 2:10 left to go. Back and forth in the race going to halftime. Brown Sends it on top over to Tatum. Tatum really struggling tonight. Tatum gets past Luka. Attacks downhill to the cup. There you go. JT and one. Coming up in the free throw line as he finishes. Finally for Jason Tatum with a bucket plus the foul. What a game here between these two teams. Jason Tatum finally goes downhill and finishes through contact. Gutted a drop and one. Benny, welcome in. Thanks for joining back in here, brother. Glad to have you back in the stream here, man. Garfield, welcome in. Jason, welcome to the stream. We just hit 1K here for views. If you guys are doing the channel, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and the free throw is good by Tatum. 49-47. Down to the final minute 50 left to go before halftime. Finally, Tatum able to work his way up to 5. Right now, Kyrie guarded by Tatum at the top. Kyrie dribbles up at the elbow. Takes the jumper for 2 over. Tatum no good. Left it short. Tipped over to Kyrie from Lively for the offensive rebound to the corner. Jones bounce pass. Kyrie fall away over White. Around and it goes in. They're making their shots tonight. A lot of tough shots out there between Luka and Kyrie. Minute and a half left to go before halftime. Celtics going to slow it down. Kyrie's got 10. Luka leads the way tonight with 23. Jaylen Brown at the right wing. Looking to get past Luka. Brown got tripped up, and the Celtics are in a bonus right now, actually. So this will send Jaylen Brown to the free throw line as he gets tripped up and followed by Luka. And, they've been awesome tonight at the free throw line. Celtics perfect, 10 for 10, looking to continue it. Jaylen Brown, he has struggled, though. He went 6 for 11 in the first game at the free throw line for him. So looking for a much better effort here at the free throw line for JB. That's the lone knock I had him in the first game because he was the tone setter doing everything else really, really right for Jaylen Brown. 2 shots here at the line. First one is good. He got the bounce. I get the Celtics tonight in this one by 8 for my prediction. Celtics are the favorite on the line by 6.5. What's good, Black Viking? Welcome to the stream. Fatina, welcome in. Raymond, thanks for joining in, brother. Feel free, hit us up in the chat if you haven't already done so. Who you guys like to win this game tonight here? Celtics or Mavs? As we got over 1K out here on the stream. Right now, the poll, it's actually Dallas 55-45. A lot of people looking for Dallas to bounce on back. Lively will check out, head towards the bench. Brown will shoot one more shot. The free throw line, that will be no good. Around the rim and out. They're going to have him do it again. I believe they will. So the referees call back Jaylen Brown. That is a lane violation charged to PJ Washington. So Jaylen Brown will get an extra freebie at the free throw line right now. PJ Washington, let's see here. Oh yeah, that's a head start. It's a head start by P.J. Washington on the above the view cam. So Jaylen Brown, second free throw, and that makes a difference. Buries the free throw, 51-49. If the Celtics win by 1, we'll remember that free throw with a lane violation charged to P.J. Washington. 1:05 left to go before halftime. Luka guarded by Horford at the left wing. Horford locked up Luka in game 1. Luka shot just 1 for 10, working on Horford to Washington. Over White, no good. Great contest by White. Celtics come up with a defensive rebound. Brown up the floor. Will wait for his teammates to come on back. Jaylen Brown at the left corner, guarded by Luka. Sends it off to Tatum. Tatum's only got 5 right now. Off to Brown. Brown spin move past Luka. Drives outside to White. Touch pass over to Tatum. Kick out to the corner. Open 3. Drew Holiday. Splash. And he sinks it. Drew Holiday. Trifecta from downtown. What a start Drew Holiday has had. 17 points in the first half, leading the way for the Celtics. Kyrie. Pass off the roll down Gafford. And he gets fouled on the slam dunk. 2 free throws. Or no, they're actually going to give him... Are they going to give him the goaltend here and the foul or what? Over the cylinder. Oh, okay. Derek White with his 54-51. They'll give Derek White on the goaltend. So Derek White on the goaltend, no foul. 54-51. So that was a goaltend charge to White. Great effort there at the rim, but we did see the touch of the rim by White. That was a goaltending violation. Final 10 seconds here before halftime. Brown, kick out to the corner. Tatum, crossover. Tatum, final seconds. Tatum couldn't even get a shot off in time. And that's how we close out going to halftime. Dallas stifles Tatum in the first half. Jason Tatum could not get a shot off at the buzzer. It's 54-51 Boston, and a back and forth first half. And we got a game here as we go into halftime. Poor possession by the Celtics going into half. That was way too much Jason Tatum towards the end. Just not even realizing what the game clock was coming down to the final seconds. Man, that was really tough last couple of seconds before halftime. Jason Tatum, just he needs to get out of his shell and be his usual self in the second half. That was bad. Just a pathetic first half by Tatum, settling for way too many contested shots off the dribble. ISO ball after ISO ball, trying to be the hero, and he's letting his team down right now. 5 points, 2 for 10 shooting by Tatum, 0 for 3 from the perimeter, 5 points in 21 minutes. He's been key as a playmaker for him, though. He's got 8 total assists, which leads the way. So I like what he's doing as a playmaker, but tonight it's been just really lackluster. Just poor game efficiency-wise. Just super inefficient. And then only 3 rebounds for Tatum tonight. He's been crashing the glass this entire series with multiple double-doubles. Tonight, just 3 boards. Drew Holiday legit is saving this team right now. 17 points by Drew. A champion with Milwaukee 3 years ago and playing like a champ tonight for Drew Holiday. 17 points, 7 for 9 shooting, constantly getting down to the rim, attacking, and finding the gaps in the defense. That was a pretty stroke he made on the 3 by Drew Holiday in the open 3 from the corner. He's been awesome. Porzingis is 10, shooting over much smaller guys on the floor. For Porzingis, 10 points in 13 minutes, 3 blocks. Jaylen Brown's got 8. Jaylen Brown also, all depends if he's going to be aggressive in the second half, because that's huge if he is. Jaylen Brown, 8 points tonight, only 3 for 5 shooting, so he's going to be much more aggressive in the second half. Derek White's got 7. Tatum's got 5. Horford has 5. Tatum's attempted the most shots, and right now he is the tied for the 5th top score on the Celtics, even though he's attempted more shots than anybody. 2 for 10 shooting. Holiday is 7 for 9, and he's got 12 more points than Tatum. Luka, a one-man show out there. 23 by Luka. Yeah, Luka's playing hurt, so he's got 2 injuries, both of them lower body injuries for Luka. He was actually downgraded today with his injuries, so he went from being probable to questionable in the injury report, but of course was able to be out there on the floor helping out his team. So Luka, wow, I'm going to go straight to this article. I did not know it was 3 for Luka. Holy smokes. So USA Today, going right into this article right now. He's dealing with 3 separate injuries for Luka. That's crazy. Man, just absolute trooper out there for this dude. Just so tough. 3 separate injuries he is dealing with for Luka. Okay, so Luka has been dealing with 3 injuries: a right knee sprain, left ankle soreness, and then the third one is named thoracic contusion that he's got. So a thoracic contusion, right knee sprain, and left ankle soreness is what he's been dealing with, and he's been dealing with that throughout, I think, early on against the Clippers, like well over a month back in the first week of the playoffs in April. He'd been dealing with that injury. I think it was the game that Dallas was down by 30. They came back, they took the lead only to lose against the Clippers in that series in the first round. He's been dealing with injuries since then. Hey, what's good? A long story short on the stream. Welcome in. Yeah, I'm gonna get the Tortoise out here in a couple minutes, so Mr. Tops the Tortoise will be on board in a couple minutes from now, so we'll wait for Tops here in a few minutes. Kyrie's got 10, Luka's got 23, and those 2 guys are combining to shoot the ball right now. 24 for, Or no, that is 14 for 23. 14 for 23. They're combining between Luka and Kyrie for 33 out of the 51 in the first half for points. Derrick Jones Jr., he really upped his game. Late stage of the second quarter, he is up to 7. He had 0 points here on most of the first half. PJ Washington's only got 5. So they do have a third option that started to be able to come alive recently with Derrick Jones Jr. Celtics at 1 point trail by 7. They were playing catch-up throughout most of the first half for them. All depends. I feel like this second half, it all depends on who's going to discover the 3 ball. Right now, the Celtics are shooting a horrific 3 for 15. That's not them. Boston had 8 players this season make 100-plus threes or greater for the Celtics. They're 3 for 15, 20% from 3. Dallas is 4 for 13, 31% from the perimeter. Whoever starts to drill threes is going to take the lead by storm, start to pull away, and win this game. Points in the paint even, 26-26. 20 rebounds by the Celtics, 18 by Dallas. Celtics winning this game right now because of free throws. Boston's perfect at the free throw line, 13 for 13. Dallas is 5 for 11. They're crushing themselves right now, leaving 6 points off the board at the free throw line currently for Dallas. If you're the Celtics, if you're starting to drop your threes in the second half and make your threes, you're going to take this game and you're going to win this game if you're Boston tonight, because you do not want to be playing in a close game in a 1-possession, 2-possession, 3-possession game against Dallas in the final 8 minutes and under left to go in the fourth quarter. Not going to want to deal with that because Luka and Kyrie, they are the real deal in crunch time situations. They're super elite when it comes down to game-winning shots as shot makers down the stretch of the game. So you got to realize that you're only up by 3. Get your foot on the gas pedal and finally be able to have guys make a shot. Start to get into a rhythm, shoot threes with a rhythm, but also play downhill and keep on attacking and put Dallas into even more foul trouble. Foul trouble looks like this. 3 personal fouls by Maxi Kleber, 2 each between Kyrie and Derrick Jones Jr. And for Boston, 2 personal fouls each between Tatum and Holiday right now. And in terms of plus minuses, they're very close to each other. Top plus minus in the floor. For the top plus, it's Derek White. He's a plus 7. Drew Holiday's a plus 5. Drew's been massive. Plus 5 off the bench by Porzingis as well. Biggest minus on the Celtics would be... Actually, it's Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's a minus 4. He's turned it over 4 times for him. Yeah, he's had a tough time with the turnovers for Brown today. And then top plus for Dallas, that is Daniel Gafford. He's a plus 3. And the worst minus in the floor, minus 7, Derek Lively, first half. So, going to get up the break slide in just a moment, and then we will have my Tortoise Mr. Tops pop up on the stream here in just a moment. So let's get that Tortoise hype out in the chat here, everybody, as I'll be back in just a moment. Going to see where Mr. Tops is, and we'll get the break slide, and then we'll be back in just a moment with my Tortoise at halftime, Mr. Tops. All right, so here we go. Without any further ado, this is my Tortoise, Mr. Tops. And here he is. So he's a good boy. He actually had a vacation this week for him, so he went up to New Hampshire this weekend. And he was quite active during the trip up to New Hampshire, but he is back. And he is... not as fast as he usually is with his claws like the previous stream in the games before for Mr. Tops. So, Mr. Tops looking like Jason Tatum out there. You got something at the back of your tail there, bud. Have to pick up. Oh, he had something at the back of his tail. But yeah, Mr. Tops looking pretty slow tonight. So, you're looking the equivalent of Jason Tatum. You got to get moving, bud. Second half's coming up soon. You got to get moving there, Mr. Tops. Get your claws. Start to go. Get your claws going there, buddy. He doesn't want to go. Come on. Oh, boy. So there's one claw going very, very slow. Yeah, Mr. Tops. Yeah, he's very, very slow. Looking like today for Mr. Tops. So there he is. And hopefully Jason Tatum's able to peek out of his shell. Like you are right now. There you go. You're moving your head there, buddy. So he's peeking out of his shell, but looking real, real slow. But hopefully him and Jason Tatum can be much faster in the second half and be able to go at a much better rate. So there you have it. Mr. Tops the Tortoise, everybody. So I'm just going to put Mr. Tops back, and then we will be back in, and hopefully Mr. Tops and Jason Tatum are on the same level with improving and getting better in the second half. So, yeah, he actually just got put back right now, so we just put him back, and yeah. Yeah, that was, man, it's just been a sad playoff so far in the finals here for Tatum. Like, he's going to realize that he's got the rest of his team, that the Celtics are just such a balanced team that you got to use your teammates. He has been doing that with his playmaking today. He does have 8 total assists right now for Tatum, but he's just forcing up way too many shots for him. You cannot be forcing up shots right now. And I knew it from the start of the series. Luka's, of course, going to get his points. He's halfway to 46 to now, right now for Luka. So he's going to get his points. It's just if Kyrie steps up as well. Kyrie's halfway to 20. That's way too less for Dallas. If Kyrie drops down 30, then the Celtics are going to lose tonight. And Dallas is going to end up winning and even up this series heading back to Dallas on Wednesday for Game 3. So all depends who steps up here in the second half. And if the Celtics are able to find their rhythm from 3, then they get a good chance to take this game. But also, if Kyrie is able to find his shot making and stay out of foul trouble, then Dallas has a good chance to make this game. If they both do it, we're going to look, this is going to cancel each other out. And then we're going down to the wire, which Dallas is a really, really good team when it comes down to close games. And that's why the start of this third quarter is so huge right now. I just need Tatum to bounce back. It's not that I'm biased in a Jaylen Brown fan here. I'm just going over the performances of every single player throughout the start of the game so far right now. Jaylen Brown had 4 turnovers as well, so he knows that he needs to do a much better job taking care of the basketball for him and being much more aggressive in the second half. So there's a lot of stuff that went wrong for both of these teams that they're going to have to make adjusting to in the second half. But with the Celtics, it comes to the offense and less ISO ball and being able to move the ball around to your teammates right now. And Tatum has been able to do that. The key for him so far has been playmaking. He's had a lot of good lead passes over to Drew Holiday down low underneath the hoop, where Holiday is able to score and put it into the basket for a layup. So he, based on the struggles with his efficiency, because he was awesome defensively what he did in the last game for Tatum. Tonight it's been just so good what he's done as a playmaker tonight for Tatum. That if definitely the efficiency is not there, but I got faith that he's gonna finally be able to step up in the second half for Tatum. I got faith it's going to happen in the second half right here. Yeah, Jaylen Brown's the vocal leader in the locker room. He's the one that's trying to get his team engaged and focused right now, like we saw in the timeout huddle here. Just the vocal leader in this team is Jaylen Brown. Just such a smart dude. Super high IQ. Top of his class during high school for Jaylen Brown. This is all going to depend on who's going to step up here in half number 2. So, about to start up the third quarter of action. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Both of these teams even, 49% shooting. Both of these teams rough from 3. Celtics 3 for 15 from 3-point range. Dallas shooting the ball just a tad better from the perimeter. So far, 4 for 13 from 3-point range, and whoever finds their stroke, whoever finds their shot. By the way, the Celtics with a record of 33-1 this season when Jrue Holiday has scored 14 points or greater. He was excellent in the first half. 17 points setting the tone for the Celtics. A lot of high-quality, efficient looks by Jrue Holiday in the first half. We begin Boston with the basketball left to right on the floor as they have it to start off the third quarter. Holiday on the court with Brown, Tatum, Horford, and White. Holiday hands it off to Tatum. Jacks up the 3 over Luka. Straight away, no good. Around the rim and out. That was an early look in the shot clock by Tatum. And the rebound gets controlled by Kyrie. Washington, Kyrie, Gafford, Luka, and Derrick Jones Jr. That's the 5 on the floor currently for Dallas. Left wing perimeter for Luka. Lobs it over to Gafford. Gafford pivot. Gets past Tatum. Gafford soars up. And he throws it down with a 2-handed dunk. It's a 1-point game. Tatum tried to gamble, went after the steal. And then Gafford off the pivot, burnt Tatum. Up fake, Brown lost the handle, turns it over for his 5th time. A rough start here for the Celtics. Tatum with a missed 3, Brown with a turnover. Luka backs his way at the elbow, trailing by 1 for Dallas. Luka backs his way. Swings it outside Washington, up fake, drives, downhill, rudder over White. He scores, up and through, it's good for 2. 55-54, P.J. Washington up to 7 now on the board. White at the top of the key. Derrick White, guarded by Luka, slides it off to his left off to Brown. Brown's working on Washington one-on-one. Brown drives at the free throw circle. Brown towards his left. Brown lobs it off to Tatum. Tatum for the shot clock. Tatum spin move, blow by on Jones, swings it outside. White with a 3, off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound, Brown, dump off, down low, over to Tatum, and he scores, up and off the glass, good for 2, plus the buckets. And one coming up by Jason Tatum. That is teamwork right there. It was a missed 3 by Derrick White. Jaylen Brown, right place, right time. That was actually Jrue Holiday, right place, right time with the offensive rebound. Dump off down low over to Tatum, who got it in the and one. So Tatum able to score. Great dump off down low by Jrue. Underneath off the offensive rebound. Free throw is good. 57-55. 3-point play check. Right there, it is complete by Tatum. Kyrie picked up the foul, by the way. That is his 3rd by Kyrie right now. So him and Kleber have 3 personal fouls. Gafford backs his way on Tatum. Gafford soars up at the rim, and he banks it up and in off the glass. 57-57 right now. Approaching 10 minutes left to go in the third. White slides it off to his right to Holiday. Holiday towards his left around the perimeter. Jrue has been outstanding tonight. Tatum fires the fastball right corner. Horford skip pass left corner. Brown with a 3 off the back rim, no good. A rebound secured by Luka here for Dallas. Luka had the ball poked loose from behind by Brown. Stolen away by Horford. Horford with numbers on the break. 2-on-1. Up ahead. Over to Holiday. And he scores. Up and in off the glass. Good for 2 by Jrue. Jaylen Brown with a steal. Luka unaware of his surroundings. Horford with able to come up the floor with it off the steal and the assist over to Holiday. Missed 3 at the wing. No good by Kyrie. Holiday at the right elbow. Hands it off to Tatum. Double team outside corner. White laces up the 3. Swoosh! Derrick White sizzles the triple. 62-57 for Boston. Derrick White finding the stroke on that shot. He's got double digits now with 10. A little bit more balance for the Celtics here. Luka, one-man show. Pass got deflected. Broke it up by Tatum out of bounds. Robert, thanks for joining in. Rosalina Guillermo in the stream. Welcome on board, everybody. That's a tough 3 as well that Derrick White knocked down. That's a really pretty stroke that he just had. Derek White could be a hot hand, could be an X factor. Luka, fall away over White, cans it. Wow. Luka just so good off the turnaround deep 2 fall away. 25 for Luka, 10 for 14 shooting tonight, giving everything his all in this matchup. Brown at the top of the key, guarded by Washington 101. Brown, 8:35 left to go in the third. Takes the 3, top of the key, got blocked by Gafford. Gafford goes down hard, and the Hardwood able to get back up on the floor though. Luka at the elbow, kick out to the corner, into the hands here to Washington. Bounce pass across the floor. Jones drives on White. Outside, the pass got broken up by Brown into the hands to Kyrie. Kick to the corner. Corner 3, Washington around the rim and out. White secures the defensive rebound. Up the floor, White finds Brown. 3-point game, approaching 8 minutes left to go in the third. Brown at the right baseline. Deep 2 over Gafford on the rainbow. Missed off the back rim. A rebound secured by Washington. Back and forth we go right now. What a game between these two teams. Missed shot by Dallas. Jones gave it up. Holiday picked up the steal, and Holiday gets bumped into by Washington at the midcourt logo as Washington picks up the foul. The clock will stop right now with 7:52 left to go. Dallas, 4 for 16 from 3. Celtics, 4 for 20 right now from the perimeter. All about who's going to make threes throughout the remaining part of this game is going to start to pull away. Now is a transition take foul, which results in a technical free throw by Tatum, and Tatum buries the free throw. Tatum stepping up in a big way. Celtics with a 4-point lead. Tatum's got 4 points right now to begin this third quarter. So PJ Washington, transition take foul on Holiday up the floor, and the Celtics will also have the basketball here. Boston by 4 and the ball right now. Holiday in the backcourt. Ultimate game changer right now, playing at an elite level. 19 points by Drew. White wide open with a 3, came off the rim short. That was a really good look straight away, uncontested by Derek White, but he couldn't make the triple. Luka at the top, gets past Holiday, guarded by Horford. Bounce pass off the roll down, over to Lively, and he throws it down with a 2-handed dunk. 2-point game right now. Derek Lively, the roller at the hoop. Tatum met him at the last moment, but just not enough in the nick of time to come over off the rotation at the backside help. And that was actually White off the backside help, as Tatum wasn't there to help in time to the roller. And Derek Lively flushes it home with a poster right over Derek White. 7:20 left to go in the third, as the Celtics will burn the timeout. Role players right now starting to step up for Dallas at the moment. This is a game in the making. Dallas is so clutch as well in late game scenarios, and the Celtics are going to figure it out tonight. Going to have to figure this one out tonight if they want to pull out the victory here. 2-point game at the moment. If you're new on the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Ring that notification bell if you guys would like to be notified for future live streams. You got 900 plus right now. Let's get it, everybody. And hit us up in the chat who you guys like to win, Mavs or Celtics. Right now, the Mavs are leading the poll 57-43. So if you haven't voted in the poll, feel free to do so. Yeah, that's awesome. Really good to see Doris Burke be the part of NBA Finals coverage team. I know a lot of people wasn't too happy about it or so, but definitely well-deserving, in my opinion, right there. She's been able to take all the steps up in the broadcasting business. And Drew Holiday, just an ultimate game changer for him today. 19 points, 10 each between White and Porzingis, 9 by Tatum. Tatum's finally starting to get going a little bit right now, as he's got 4 points for him in the early stage of this third quarter. Luka's just been unstoppable tonight. 25 points. If somebody else steps up, then this is going to be real tough for Boston tonight in this game. Luckily for the Celtics, there's not been a really, really strong number 2. Kyrie's got 10, but Kyrie has been playing with fouls right now. He's got 3 personal fouls for Kyrie. So foul trouble has haunted the Mavs in today's game. 3 personal fouls by Kleber, 3 by Kyrie, 2 each between Jones and Washington. at the moment. They only got 6 bench points. Celtics with 12 bench points right now. Man, this is just such an intense game. Like, Boston is well off point today. If they win tonight's game, it really shows something for the Celtics here, because they're well off their game tonight, especially from 3. They are struggling right now, big time from 3. They're 4 for 21 from 3. And Derek White, he had a really good open 3 that he stepped into, but he couldn't make it. He had made one a couple minutes prior to in that corner 3. That was a really good stroke, but it's just, still, they're having a tough time finding their shot. And usually things aren't like this because they always have a hot hand to go through, because they have multiple scores that they can go through. But luckily today they got Holiday for them, who he hasn't done it from 3. He's only 1 for 2 from 3s. 8 for 10 though from the floor. He's basically taken all the highest percentage shots possible and made them today. Hey, what's good? Vlad Drac on the stream. Welcome back in. Thanks for joining back in here, man. I'm glad to have you back in. I remember you had come back for a lot of the streams in the past here back in the bubble. So it was great times here with the channel. That was when we grown a ton. Back to action here. 2-point game. Tatum, right baseline dribble. Tatum, bounce pass over to Brown. Brown swings it out to Porzingis. Jumper at the baseline with a shooter's touch as he drills it. Kristaps Porzingis buries the deep 2. 65-61. Celtics with their 5 on the floor. Tatum, Porzingis, White, Holiday, and Brown. Kyrie, jumper, mid-range, no good over White. Rebound controlled by Derek White. White crosses midcourt. White transition 3 straight away. That missed poorly. Going for the knockout punch early on in the game right there, but just off the bottom right part of the glass. Got to get this game clock rolling right now as we're under 6.5 left to go. Washington dribbles up inside off the Euro step with a right hand. He scores over Derek White for 2. 6:10 left to go in the third right now. Tatum dribbles up, drives downhill to the cup. Tatum, and did that bounce in for JT? Yes, it did. And one covered up at the free throw line. Jason Tatum with an and one. 67-63 right now. JT attacking downhill on PJ Washington. And that is the version of Jason Tatum that I love to see right there, as he was able to play downhill, attack the defense, and Washington picks up his 3rd personal foul. Tatum missed the free throw, went out of bounds. This is going to go back to Dallas here. As we're approaching the 6-minute mark left to go in the third. Battle for the finish. Celtics were perfect at that point until Tatum missed the free throw. 15 for 16 right now at the free throw line. Luka at the top, working on Tatum 101. Pick gets set by Kleber. Luka switched here, guarded by Porzingis in the corner. Bounce pass. Poor decision as it got broken up by Tatum. Tatum with a steal, and he got fouled, crossing the midcourt logo in transition. So Dallas picking up the reach and foul. If that's charged to Kleber, that will be his 4th, and it is. So Maxi Kleber picks up his 4th personal foul. Yeah, what I want to see from the Celtics is Boston just keep on attacking and going into the paint, because their 3s simply are not dropping right now in this game. Dallas needs to get other players involved and have other scores being involved in this game. Tatum missed the layup, down by 4 here for Dallas. This has been an excellent defensive battle between these two teams. Kyrie on the outside over to Jones with a 3. That is well off the mark. Lively stepped out of bounds, tried to save it. Oh my goodness, that was not even close. Derek Lively crashed right into a camera person next to the stanchion here, trying to save this ball. As we see the replay. That was not even close. That's as wide open as you can get from three-point range, and Jones just completely missed it. It was airballed way over the rim. Derek White has it here at the right wing, down to 5:10 left to go. Both of these teams struggling in the third quarter from three. 1 for 8 from the perimeter, 0 for 4 by Dallas. Boston 1 for 8. Brown underneath. Brown sneaks around, and he scores up and in off the backboard. Good for 2. Celtics with their largest lead right now in game number 2, and a timeout taken on the floor by Dallas. 69-63 Boston. Jaylen Brown attacking, dribbling downhill to the rim, off the up fake, able to get past Derek Jones Jr. as Jones was not able to keep him out in front. Tatum and Brown starting to play downhill. Brown starting to become more aggressive. And they know that they are not hot from 3. They're going to have to do it from 2, and they've made that adjustment right now in this game, and it's helped them out a ton for Boston here. I'm going to see what the points in the paint difference is because we were tied. Points in the paint going into halftime. Boston just so much balance. Nobody has had a good game tonight for the Celtics besides Holiday and Porzingis on efficiency levels tonight. Holiday's got 19, Porzingis is 12, but somehow, some way, Jason Tatum, 11 points, 9 assists, 10 points each between Derek White and Jaylen Brown, even though those 3 guys have made 11 shots. They're 11 for 32 from the floor between Tatum, Brown, and White right now. And yet, all of them are now finally in double digits right here. So these twos getting to the rim are starting to work. Tatum had an early and 1 at one point in this third quarter. And finally, they're just attacking. And the question for Dallas is that they're just so much based in their offense with 2 guys between Luka and Kyrie. I mean, that's very tough to sustain, especially against the Celtics team that constantly switches in their defensive positions 1 through 5. It's just going to constantly wear you out throughout the course of the game right now. Luka's got 25, 7 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. Kyrie's got 10. There's been just not much from the role players throughout this series right now. P.J. Washington with 9, 7 by Derek Jones, 6 by Gafford, and really not much from the bench either. 6 points from the bench for Dallas. Celtics with 14 from the bench. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe here, and ring the notification bell as well if you guys would like to be notified here for future live streams on the channel. Still got a long way left to go in this game. It's only a 6-point game right now. Dallas right now leading the poll 57-43 at the moment. So looking good right now for Boston. Still got a long way left to go in this game. Yeah, huge game, especially more so for Dallas because Boston has played really bad from the perimeter. You're not going to get this bad of a game from Boston most likely ever again from 3-point range. 4 for 23 from 3-point range at 17%, but the Celtics are up by 6. It just speaks volumes to how well the Celtics make up for it on the defensive side of the floor, and that Boston can start to find ways to win. And they've done that here in the third quarter by attacking and getting to the rim. So they've made that adjustment, and they're finding the gaps in the defense playing downhill between Tatum and Brown with some critical buckets at the rim lately. Back to action, right to left on the floor. Jaden Hardy on the court right now. He has yet to score tonight. He had double digits off the bench in game 1. Hands it off to Luka at the left wing. Luka draws the double team at the left wing. Gets away to Lively. Outside to Washington. 3 at the wing. No good. Missed off the rim. A rebound controlled by Tatum. Celtics with the ball. 4.5 left to go in the third. Largest lead at the moment. Looking to push it. Brown drives downhill. Swings it outside to the wing. Hauser. Touch pass to the top. Tatum dribbles up. Kick out to the corner. Outside. Porzingis pops up for the 30-footer. Off the rim. Short. Rebound controlled by Lively. Dallas with possession here. Porzingis not able to find the shooter's touch on that 3. And the Celtics just 1 for 9 in the third quarter from three-point range. Luka slows it down, guarded by Tatum. Luka dribbles up at the low block. Luka flings it across the floor, picked up, intercepted. Boston on the full court pass. Brown up the floor over to Holiday, and he shuts the door with a two-handed flush. 71-63. Luka tried to go for the cross-court pass, and Jaylen Brown went in for the pick six. Missed three again at the wing by Dallas. Dallas losing steam right now from the perimeter. Really struggling. Holiday shovels off to Tatum. Celtics going downhill. Will they do it again? Brown pivot. Brown working on Green. And Green bumps into Brown as Josh Green picks up the reach and foul. 8-point lead. No team is led by double digits tonight in this game. These turnovers by Dallas are wrecking themselves tonight, right now. 12 turnovers by Dallas, 7 by the Celtics. Celtics have scored 16 points off Dallas turnovers. This is actually going to be free throws here. Boston is now in the bonus. That's the 5th personal foul committed by Dallas this quarter. So Jaylen Brown, 2 free throws. The first one's good, right down the middle. He knew he had to be a ton better tonight at the free throw line. He is doing that right now for Jaylen Brown. Celtics are 16 for 17. Free throws are winning them this game. When they struggled in the first quarter, they went a perfect 10 for 10 at the free throw line in the first quarter for Boston. Free throws have been lights out tonight, making their free throw shots. Second free throw right down the middle. 73-63. First double-digit lead in this game for Boston, and Luka right now is on the bench. Luka is on the bench. Celtics start to pull away in an 8-zip run last 3 minutes. Top of the key, Kyrie. Kyrie is on the floor. Josh Green, Derek Lively, PJ Washington, and Jaden Hardy. Kyrie, step back three over Porzingis. Off the rim. Short rebound controlled by Tatum. Dallas in a scorer's drought right now. Tatum at the right wing. He's guarded by Green in the mismatch 1-on-1. Tatum backs his way. Tatum double teamed at the low block. Tatum bounce pass underneath over to the backdoor cutter. It's Drew Holiday up and in. Off the glass and he scores. It's good for 2 by Drew. And a timeout taken on the floor by Jason Kidd, part of a 10-zip run for the Celtics. Boston firing on all cylinders right now. 10-0 run in the last 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Jason Tatum with a playmaking tonight, double-double. 11 points, now up to 10 total assists by JT. That was an excellent find. Off the bounce pass as he drew a double team, found a Holiday cutting backdoor to the bucket. And Drew Holiday, all throughout this game, he's been right place, right time. Mr. Champion, doing it tonight in the making, looking to take his team to lead at 2-0 in the series. Multiple hot hands for Boston. Drew Holiday tonight has been the hot hand. Every single shot that he's made has been high percentage after high percentage. 23 by Drew Holiday. The top score for an individual player by a Celtic in this series goes to Drew right now, with 2:57 left to go in the third. 23 points on 10 for 12 shooting. 7 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal on the block, a plus 14 on the floor by Drew Holiday. We take a look at this replay. Tatum drew the double, Green and Lively. Holiday trail to the hoop, straight line. Nobody was on him, and Tatum threaded the needle off the double team off the bounce pass over to Drew, and he scored up and in off the glass. Jamie, thanks for joining in. Legends on the stream here, everybody. James, welcome on board. We got 1.2K in the channel. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up, hit the like, hit the subscribe. The Celtics are really struggling tonight from three-point range, though they're shooting 8 for 16 in the third quarter from the floor. Dallas is shooting just 4 for 16 in the third. Luka back in the floor, takes the three, and he delivers. He's going to have to be the offense throughout the remaining part of this game. They're down to 3 timeouts left for Dallas. Boston with 4 timeouts remaining. Luka's got 28. Tatum guarded by Luka at the left wing perimeter. Celtics are leading by 9, despite shooting just 4 for 24 from three-point range. Tatum right to the rim, and he scores up and in off the glass. Good for 2 by JT. Jason Tatum crawling out of his shell just like my tortoise, popping out his head for half number 2. He's up to 13 as Luka attacks, and Luka gets fouled from behind by Hauser. 2 shots coming up at the free throw line here by Luka. Luka's been a one-man show tonight. You needed Kyrie to drop down 30. Kyrie got into deep foul trouble early on. Played 27 minutes tonight, scoring just 10 points and 5 for 13 shooting, 0 for 2 from the perimeter. There's very little margin of error for Dallas. You need A, B, and C to go right for you correctly, and only A has tonight. And that means most likely a Dallas loss. First free throw is good. Still got 2:15 left to go in the third, so still a lot of time left to go for A, B, and C to do go correctly. You'd have to change the course of this one. Luka missed short on the free throw. They're really rough on the free throws tonight. A is Luka has to go off for 30 plus. That's not been a problem. 1 point away, 29 points. B, Kyrie has to go off for 30 plus points. That has not been the case tonight. Jaylen Brown takes the three and he rips it through for the triple. 80-67. Target range right there for JB. Kyrie needed 30-plus points. He's got 10. And then the role players need to be much better. All role players have been limited to 9 points or fewer right now. Wide open three by Josh Green, and he buries it. 80-70. That's the first mental gaffe defensively. That is actually number 0, Dante Exum. Josh Green's number 8, Exum on the floor, number 0. Tatum. Edge of the midcourt logo, guarded by Washington, 101. Switch now guarded by Luka. Minute 25 left to go in the third. Tatum crossover. Tatum dribbles up, drives inside the key, swings it outside. Porzingis outside. Hauser laces up the three off the back rim. No good. Offensive rebound. Back to right place, right time. Man, Drew Holiday with the offensive board. Tatum dribbles, drives down the lane inside. Lost it, turned it over. Luka picked up the steal. Tatum was out of control of the basketball. Luka up the floor off the Gafford. Blocked by Porzingis. Here goes the Celtics up the floor. Brown to Holiday. Kick to the corner. Hauser with a three off the back rim. No good. Rebound controlled by Gafford. Cannot drive straight on Porzingis. He will make you play. You got to get him moving laterally at the rim. There's another block by Porzingis. Though it's not clean, he's going to pick up the shooting foul. So Daniel Gafford goes down. This will be 2 shots coming up here at the line for Dallas. And Luka right now looks absolutely gassed. We take a look at the first replay. Porzingis blocking Gafford at the rim. And then Porzingis almost did it again, but it wasn't clean on the last one. So 2 shots here at the free throw line. This will actually be number 25, PJ Washington, shooting 2. First one's good. Both of these teams are now in the bonus. Brad Stevens, the legend. Executive of the year for a reason. Looking to sustain this lead here for the Celtics. That massive 10-zip run, that was huge that they were able to go on. Washington, second free throw is good. 80-72. 40 seconds left to go in the third right now. Celtics with possession. Washington's up to 11. He has surpassed Kyrie, who has yet to score the second half, which is 10. Kyrie got off to a great start in the first quarter. Tatum elevates for the J. Missed the 3 off the mark. Tipped off to Brown, though, for the offensive rebound. Horford kick out to the corner. Hauser with a 3. Around the rim and out. Gafford collects the defensive rebound. 20 seconds left to go. 8-point game here currently. Celtics shooting very low from the floor. 5 for 29 from the perimeter, but their defense has been clutch tonight. Reason why they're up by 8 in this game. Top of the key, Kyrie. Kyrie drives at Holiday. Has a step past him. Kyrie goes up, and he gets fouled. Kyrie will shoot 2 at the free throw line. 3 seconds left to go. Going back to the free throws, that's the difference maker in this game right now. Dallas shooting 8 for 15 at the free throw line. It'd be a 1-point game if you make all your free throws tonight. Boston 17 for 18, 94% by the Celtics. Dallas shooting horrific 56% at the free throw line. First one's good by Kyrie. Kyrie had 8 points in the first quarter, 2 in the second, 1 that he just made in the third, now 2 as he buries the second free throw. 6-point game, 80-74, final 3 seconds left to go in the third. Hauser from the NBA Finals logo. Open up the bank right there, bang, bang. It is good for the triple. That is Peyton Pritchard, actually, right at the buzzers. He substituted late into the game. He's been a late bang burner. Peyton Pritchard open up the bank right there as he banks one in from the NBA Finals logo over Derrick Jones Jr. Cha-ching. Open up the bank by Pritchard. He's done it a couple times before in these playoffs for Peyton Pritchard. And he does it once again. He had one of those threes against the Cavs in the second round. Peyton Pritchard hits all bank on a 40-footer right past midcourt. Wow. There's the momentum builder right there. PP. Finally for Pritchard. That's how you start off the NBA Finals. That's his first made basket of the NBA Finals at the end of the third in Game 2. A momentum builder for the Celtics. That bank is open indeed. He just substituted into the game after that free throw for him. He's only played 8 minutes tonight. And what a way to make an impact for Pritchard. Holy smokes. Incredible. If we look back at this game, that could be an early exclamation point for Boston if they do hold on and win this game. Looking back to that Pritchard 3. Celtics 17 bench points tonight as a team. Dallas has got themselves 9 right now at the moment. Jrue Holiday, player of the game tonight. Most points by an individual player so far for the Celtics in this series. He's got 23 on 10 for 12 shooting, 8 rebounds. Just all just super high efficient looks for Jrue Holiday. Everything's been at the rim today for Jrue. 15 by Jaylen Brown, working his way up. He's much more aggressive than what he was in the first half. He went just 3 for 5 shooting in the first half. Second half, he attempted 5 shots and he went 2 for 5 in the second half. But he's gone to the free throw line twice and able to make all 4 of his free throws. 13 by Tatum, 10 assists. Rough first half by Tatum. He did have 8 points though in the third quarter, stepping up in a big way. Derek White's got 10. Porzingis off the bench, 12 points, 2 blocks. And players stepping up for the Celtics, whereas Kyrie struggling to step up, just 12 points. One-man show tonight with Luka with 29. Washington's got 11. And Celtics inching closer from making this series 2-0 right now for Boston. 3 quarters in the books right now. If you guys are new in the stream, smash the thumbs up here. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. I'll be back on a Wednesday night covering Game 3 of the Finals as the series switches over to Dallas. 8:30 p.m. on Wednesday night. What a start for Boston right now. Marashako, welcome back in. Herenio, thanks for joining in from Brazil right now. Hit us up in the chat, by the way, if you guys are like, where you guys are from out here. I saw my analytics of these playoff games. It's like 60% in the Philippines, which is awesome. We get a lot of Philippine support. Brazil, Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, Bahamas, Cuba. A lot of different countries, which is awesome out here on the channel. French Guiana, all across the world. My man Uncle Pizzle over from London out here on the stream. Manding, welcome on the channel here. Dallas, for the second straight game right now, has led the poll for most votes in the poll. 56-44 at the moment here. You got a lot of Mavs fans out here voting in the poll on the stream. The interesting part about it is that based on my schedule, I was not able to cover any of the Dallas games for the first and second rounds until the Western Conference Finals when they took on Minnesota, and I've been covering the Celtics games all throughout the course of the season, and we actually have a lot of Dallas fan supporters out here, which is awesome because no matter who you root for, love to have all different types of fans out here on the channel supporting your team, and that's what makes this channel great. All different people joining together, rooting for different teams. As we get back to action, Gafford, turnaround hook shot as he buries it for 2 in the key. Luka records the assist, 7-point game right now. 29 points, 10 assists, and 7 rebounds by Luka. He's only missed 4 shots, playing with 3 separate injuries, 11 for 15 from the floor. Tatum, bounce pass out to the corner. Tatum commits to travel, though. Wow, thanks so much for watching from Tampa. Got Jim on the stream right now. Kwame, welcome back in from Trinidad. 7-point game currently. Luka takes the jumper over Pritchard on a mismatch. No good. Around the rim and out. Tipped off the glass. Missed by Gafford. Horford collects the defensive rebound. Up the floor off the Brown. Brown attacks downhill to the cup. Floats the pass outside. Tatum catching fire. 3 at the wing. Off the back rim. No good. Rebound secured by Washington. Mavs with a possession. Under 11 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter here. Luka lost the handle. Pritchard comes up with a steal. Here goes the Celtics. 3-on-2. Up the floor over to the cutter. And they throw it down. Jaylen Brown off on the roof shack as he tears it down with a two-handed dunk. 3-on-2 on a fast break off the steal by Pritchard. Works out to perfection. Tatum with his 11th assist of the game. And the layup is good downhill by Gafford. Celtics with numbers once again. Gafford's not back yet defensively. Pritchard on the floor with Tatum, Brown, Horford, and White. Brown guarded by Gafford. Drives on Gafford. Gets past him. Kick out to the top. Horford, Pritchard outside Tatum. Corner 3. Tatum. Swoosh. Jason Tatum buries the triple trifecta from the perimeter for JT. Great sign to see. It's got up to 16 right now for Tatum. 6 for 17 shooting. Luka behind the back pass out to Exum. Into the hands to Luka. Luka backs his way in the smaller Pritchard. Mismatch. Fall away. Deep 2. Luka left it short. Off the rim. A rebound controlled by Boston. 10-point lead. Looking to build it. White. Baseline dribble. Outside to the top. It goes to Brown. Brown. 12 on the shot clock. A dribble. Drive. Kick out to the wing. Horford with a 3. Off the mark. No good. Rebound secured by Dallas. 9.5 remaining. Defensive battle between these two teams. Kyrie only 12 points so far tonight. Kyrie drives on the White. Spin move. Kyrie no good. Left it short. Offensive rebound. Gafford. And Gafford went up, got fouled. 2 free throws coming up at the free throw line here for Daniel Gafford with 9:17 left to play. Yeah, this is a one-man show for Dallas. Luka, 29 points. Kyrie's got 12. Washington is 13. There's no second option that showed up again tonight. Just getting locked up against his former team has been Kyrie. Gafford shooting 2 here at the free throw line. And 8 out of those 12 points by Kyrie were scored in the first quarter. And that's when Dallas took a 7-point lead, their largest lead of the series. First free throw, no good by Gafford. Celtics put a 60% plus free throw shooter at the free throw line. That could very well warrant a miss, and Daniel Gafford tonight has left 3 missed free throws hanging at the line. You're going to look back at this game, and the difference maker is going to be missed free throws. Game 1, it was assists and 3-point shooting. Game 2, this has been all about turnovers and missed free throws tonight. 13 turnovers by Dallas. 9 turnovers by Boston. Celtics 17 for 18 at the free throw line. Gafford will have a second free throw here, and he makes it. So he is 1 for 4 right now at the free throw line. 9-point game. Dallas as a team is shooting 10 for 18, 56% at the free throw line. Celtics are 94% at the free throw line. Pritchard at the left wing, slides it on top over to Tatum. Tatum off the Horford screen, dribbles up, skip pass, right corner off to White. White spin move, right baseline dribble, floats up the runner over Gafford, and he scores up and through. It's good for the buckets. Derek White, nice little touch in that floater right there at the baseline. 12 points for him tonight. Total team collective effort right now for the Celtics. Kyrie bounce pass underneath Gafford, and he dunks it home with a 2-handed flush. 90-81, Daniel Gafford up to 9 total points playing, or he's up to 11 right now, just got himself to double digits. So yeah, he is playing much better recently in the second half for Gafford at the moment, under 8.5 left to go. Pritchard slides it off on top off to Tatum. Tatum is guarded by Exum. That's a mismatch right now. Tatum, 1-on-1, drives on Exum at the elbow. Tatum, follow away deep 2, off the rim, no good. Tatum's going to drive on Exum. You cannot leave a jumper turn around for a deep 2 over him. Kyrie to the cup. Here comes Kyrie as he scores up and then off the glass. 80-93. Hold it here, folks. We got a game. A timeout taken on the floor by Joe Mazzulla. 8:06 left to play. Dallas hanging in right now in a 7-point game. Yeah, really good timeout by Joe, because you just realized that Kyrie just showed up, and he's trying to get his team right back in the game by being crafty and doing what he does best, attacking, going to the rim, and finishing. Luckily for the Celtics, that was not an and one. So White just let him blow by and get to the cup right there. Really good balance once again by Boston, as they got 5 players in double figures tonight. Dallas with 4, just missing that extra guy currently to make this a game. 23 by Holiday, 16 points, 12 assists by Tatum, 17 by Brown, 12 by White, 12 by Porzingis today. And then for Dallas, 29 by Luka with 7 rebounds, 10 assists. 3 steals by Luka. 14 by Kyrie, 13 by Washington, 11 by Gafford. So the role players playing much better recently for Dallas. Yeah, this Celtics team, they always seem to shut the door with 8 minutes and under left to go if it's an 8-point game or greater. And right now it's in that question mark zone for them. Between 0 to 7 points has been the question mark zone for Boston. Just going to keep on playing downhill if you're the Celtics, because points in the paint tonight is the reason why, offensively, you're going to be able to win this game. 42 points in the paint by Boston. Dallas is 2 more than you at 44. Both of these teams have really had a tough time from 3. Celtics 7 for 33. Dallas 6 for 22. More so for Boston. Like, this is a good sign for them that they're shooting that bad and they get themselves a 7-point lead right now. They're lucky. Like, this strictly could come down to missed free throws tonight, where that's haunted Dallas in this game here. They've really, really struggled tonight at the line. Alan, thanks for joining in, man. Gina, thanks for joining in. Yeah, I hope so. Just going to close this one out. They'll be up 2-0. They'll be in really good hands if they take both of these games. They've only the only games that they've lost them in game 2s. In the first 2 series matchups, they lost against the Heat and the Cavs, both in game 2s, where they got blown out. Just going to keep the foot on the gas pedal right now. Don't get complacent. And if you're the Celtics, 8 minutes left to go, you have to realize that this Dallas team has closed out runs because of their defense, forcing the opposing offense to go stagnant into deep scoring droughts like Minnesota did on 3 separate occasions in the Western Conference Finals with under 5 minutes left to go. Dallas seems to play their best basketball with under 5 minutes left, so that's coming up shortly. And if you're the Celtics, you got to build this lead back to 10, because Dallas was closing out the game trailing by like 6 points, 7 points, 8 points against Minnesota late in games and winning those games. And you got to make sure that you're well aware of that if you're Boston coming out of this timeout. And I bet you Jaylen Brown's giving his team a pep talk right now. Yeah, Jason Tatum's been much better for him. 16 points now in this game. He's got 11 in the second half. Had a tough miss over Exum a couple moments ago. Back to action. 8 minutes left to go. 5 on the floor look like this. Tatum, Porzingis, White, Horford, and Brown. That's their 5, or White, Horford, and Holiday. Holiday is the 5th on the floor. White takes the 3, and he buries it. Drew, that is good by Derek White. Bang, bang from the perimeter. 93-83. White's up to 15 right now in this game. Luka sends it off to Kyrie. 7.5 left to go. So Brown's currently in the bench at the moment. Jumper deep to Kyrie off the backroom. No good. Rebound secured by Horford. Celtics going to slow it down. Drew Holiday, 23 points. Most points by an individual player by the Celtics this series so far. Brown at 22, the game leader in game 1. Hands it off to Tatum. Tatum's got 16. Tatum, dribble, drive, right down the lane inside. Soars up, and he gets fouled. Jason Tatum going to shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line with 7:06 left to go. Celtics are well aware of this Dallas Mavericks team, and that Dallas is clutch late in games, and they are building up this lead right now, up to 10 at the moment, while Gafford and Washington both sit on the bench. It is Luka, Gafford while Lively and Washington both sit on the bench. It is Luka, Gafford, Kleber, Derrick Jones Jr., Washington has just checked in once again. So he has just checked in. Tatum makes the free throw. Celtics by 11, 94-83. Looking to close this one out with 7:06 remaining. Jason Tatum, after a rough start for him, had his head in his shell throughout the entire first half, with just 5 points, is up to 17 to make it 18 as he buries the free throw. Yeah, Mr. Tops definitely gave Jason Tatum a pep talk during halftime. They're 19 for 20 tonight at the free throw line. Boston by 12 right now. Kyrie backs his way at the elbow. Kyrie guarded by Holiday. 10 on the shot clock. Kyrie inside the key. Up fake. Out to the top of the key over to Luka. Shot clock's down to 5. Luka spin move. Luka drives. Runner. Off the back rim, no good. Tough offensive possession there for Dallas. Defensive rebound hauled in by Porzingis. Celtics can smell it. Tatum attacks downhill to the rim. Tatum no good. Left it too strong off the glass. Rebound controlled by Kyrie. 6.5 left to go. Kyrie towards his right. Kick out to the corner. Washington with a 3. Off the rim, no good. Offensive rebound. Washington battles Porzingis and he puts it through, up and off the glass for 2. Strong offensive rebound right there by PJ Washington. That was a game-saving possession for Dallas to at least have them hanging down by 10. Holiday into the hands to Tatum. Crossover Tatum. Tatum baseline outside to the corner. Holiday laces up the 3 off the rim. No good. Gafford collects the defensive rebound. A little bit of a scoring drought right now for the Celtics. Looking to lock down defensively here for the final 6 minutes and under. Luka from the wing. Luka off the back rim. No good. Huge rebound controlled by Tatum. Celtics again will slow it down. Luka, White, Brown, Porzingis, and Holiday. That's the 5 on the floor currently. At the left wing perimeter, it is White. White backs his way on Kyrie. Swings it on top over to Brown. Brown guarded by Washington. Dribbles up inside. Brown, mid-range. And he got it to go. It's good for 2 by Jaylen Brown with a runner. 97-85. What can Brown do for you? He's up to 19 tonight. Kyrie at the top. Drives on Porzingis. Gets right past him. Up and off the glass. Yeah, Porzingis doesn't have that extra step on him right now. Kyrie saw that and immediately just beat him past the dribble. Yeah, Porzingis looks like he's laboring a little bit right now. Derek White over to the left wing perimeter to Brown. Brown, spin move on Luka. Brown, up fake. Brown, turn around. Brown off the glass, no good. Battle for the rebound. Luka comes down with it. Beats Porzingis once again. So Porzingis getting beat constantly on the rebounds as Luka lobs it up over the top over Gafford. And he throws it down with a two-handed alley-oop jam. Timeout on the floor by Joe Mazzulla. Porzingis goes directly back to the bench right now. Yeah, there's something wrong with Porzingis. Ooh. As he went down. We get a couple replays here. Porzingis. And he was struggling to run the length of the floor, getting back in transition by Porzingis. 97-89. We will take the timeout on the floor right now. Yeah, good timeout by Joe. Probably. See, you do not want to play. If you're feeling any pain, Celtics have 2 timeouts remaining. Porzingis probably should have signaled something within the 5:30 stretch right now, because 50 seconds passed by that time for Porzingis, and now he's gonna have to get substituted out, I would imagine, right now, as he was laboring quite a bit for him. Just did not look like himself last couple possessions defensively. Kyrie just burst right past him off the dribble on the burst for Kyrie, and then he couldn't get back all the way back defensively in time. It resulted in the alley-oop for Dallas. So Dallas hanging in right now. Exactly what they did against Minnesota in an 8-point game with 5 minutes left to go. Came back and beat Minnesota. If the Celtics go in a lengthy scoring drought, then Dallas comes back and wins this game. But I would imagine for Boston, even if you don't have Porzingis right now for the final 440, that you're going to have enough scoring punch with whoever's out there on the floor, knowing that Jaylen Brown has started to take over recently. 19 points and 7 for 13 shooting from the floor. Jaylen Brown's been awesome. throughout the entire playoffs with his efficiency. He's playing like a madman, looking to win a chip right there for JB. He's shooting 50% plus from the floor out of the 15 playoff games. In 12 of those playoff games for Jaylen Brown, he shot the ball 50% plus or greater. Tonight, he's just a tad over 50% at 7 for 13 shooting. Tatum just 6 for 19 tonight, but much better second half compared to the first. Just 13 points. Tatum's got 13 points in the second, just 5 points in the first. 18 for Tatum. It's great to see Derek White finding his stroke. He's made 3 threes this game. He's the only player able to make multi-threes for Derek White. That's a really good sign. Yeah, Luka's been stuck at 29. And Luka looks gassed out there for him. So he is stuck at 29 right now. The role players for Dallas have been much better. Washington with 15. Gafford's got 13. Kyrie, they're missing B. You need A, B, and C to all go correctly to win the game for Dallas. That means Luka drops 30 plus. He's got 29. He's 1 point away from doing so. Not too concerned about Luka. C is that the role players, Washington and Gafford today have played well. They would need more out of Jones. Jones has got 7. Plus from the bench with Hardy, who's got nothing. And then Kyrie, that's B, is been the struggling point for Dallas. Just 16 points, and he would need 30 plus to win this game, I would imagine. So we get back to action. 4:40 left to go. Celtics with the ball right now, up by 8. Tatum, guarded by Luka at the top. It's Tatum, Brown, Holiday, White, and Horford, the 5 on the floor. Tatum swings it outside to Holiday. 5 in the shot clock. Holiday attacks. Skip pass. Right corner. White looking for his 4th 3 of the night. No good. Around the rim and out to rebound controlled by Gafford. Dallas with possession. Poked. Deflected in the backcourt. Luka has it. Luka's pass got intercepted by White. Great defense there by Derek White. Holiday open 3, takes it, and he makes it from downtown. Bang, bang. Triple digits on the board for the Celtics by the player of the game tonight. 26 points by Jrue Holiday. 100-89. Huge steal by White, leading to the transition 3 by Holiday. Missed 3 around the rim and out by Kyrie. Rebound controlled here by Boston. Tatum drives. Tatum attacks. Try to throw down the dunk. Rejected at the rim. The ball went right back to Holiday. White open 3. And it rattles in. Derek White sizzles the triple. Timeout on the floor by Jason Kidd. 103-89. The Celtics walking into 2 wide open threes and taking the lead by 14. Defense wins championships. The deflected ball into the backcourt. Luka, his pass up the floor got intercepted on the far side by White. Off to Holiday, transition 3, buries the triple. And then the offensive rebound right back to Mr. Right Place, Right Time, Jrue Holiday. And then over to Derek White, buries the 3. Game-changing, game-winning plays by Mr. Right Place, Right Time, Mr. Champion Jrue Holiday. Celtics are 3.5 minutes away from going up 2-0 in the series. This was by far not even close to being their best game today. A lot of improvement by Boston, especially when it comes down to making threes. But I talked about it at halftime that whoever comes out in the second half makes their threes is going to win this game. Both of these teams shot the ball horrendous from 3. Boston at half made 4 threes. Dallas at half made 4 threes. Second half, Boston 10 for 38 from 3. Dallas 6 for 25 from 3. Boston has made 4 more threes greater than Dallas. And that's the difference right now between a 14-point lead at the moment, which the Celtics have, and a 2-point lead. Back to action. 3:25 left to go in the fourth, and Derek Jones Jr. scores up and in through for 2 for the bucket by Dallas. Jrue Holiday, just absolute legend. White on the floor with Brown, Tatum, Holiday, and Horford. Top of the key, White. I'll be back for game number 3 on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. White with a runner, came off the rim, no good. A rebound secured here by Luka. 3 minutes left to go. Jones attacks, downhill to the rim, no good, but he got fouled. So Derek White picks up the shooting foul, and Derek Jones Jr. will shoot 2 shots coming up at the free throw line with 2:51 left. Take a look back at this game. Dallas leaving 8 free throws off the board. 11 for 19 tonight at the free throw line. Right now, that's a difference between a 4-point game and a 12-point game as those missed free throws. Boston tonight, as good as you can get, 19 for 20 at the free throw line. You're not going to get this bad of a game from 3-point range ever again, most likely from the Celtics. Just 10 for 38 from the perimeter at 26%. That's not Boston from 3-point range. They're ripping through the threes every single time, most likely. Way too many shooters on their team. First one is good. Jones with a second free throw right down the middle. 10-point game, 2:51 left to play. Gonna see if I can get the stat sheet up here to see how many times Boston has shot the ball worse from 3-point range than what they're doing tonight right now. Outside Horford, over to the corner to White. White's been excellent from 3, making threes tonight. Deflected, intercepted as Luka tipped the pass. Kyrie came up with a steal. Kyrie crosses midcourt. So much balance by Boston compared to Dallas. Kyrie did not show up in this game tonight. He backs his way on Tatum, lost the handle, turns it over. Horford collects the steal. Holiday here will slow it down. Celtics going to slow down tempo. Dallas wrecking themselves with the turnovers tonight as well. That's been a major issue for the Mavericks. 15 turnovers compared to 10 by Boston. At the left wing, it's Brown. Brown looking for the knockout punch right here. Guarded by Luka. Outside to the corner. Horford off to Tatum. Tatum elevates for the J. Takes it. Off the rim, no good. Luka collects the defensive rebounds. Under 2 minutes left to go. Dribble drive inside of Washington. Washington went up and he got fouled as the clock will stop with 1:49. The Celtics can smell it if they can close it out tonight. They're right now up by 10. Washington will shoot 2 shots coming up here at the free throw line. So right now as a team, Boston is shooting the ball at a horrific rate from 3-point range. 10 for 38, 26% from 3. If this was a regular season game, that would be their 5th worst regular season 3-point shooting performance this season for them. They only shot the ball 4 times worse in the regular season for under 26%. Both of the free throws are good, by the way, by Dallas, by P.J. Washington at the line. 8-point game, minute 45 left to go. In the playoffs, they've shot the ball under 26% from 3 just once. That was their worst loss of the playoffs when they lost in Game 2 against Cleveland, 118-94. They shot the ball 23% from 3. Other than that, they shot the ball 30% greater in every single game from 3. Missed 3 at the left wing by Brown. Celtics and Mavs both with 2 timeouts remaining. Mavs in the bonus trailing by 8. Luka at the top. Luka drives downhill on Horford. Luka puts it up. And he scores up and through. It is good for 2 and a foul. It ain't over till it's over. Luka with an and 1 coming up. It's only a 6-point game. 103-97. Here come the Mavs, the most clutch player in the NBA, waiting for the final moments to make his mark on this game right now. Luka Doncic, minute 15 remaining, will shoot a free throw. It is up. It is good. 5-point game right now. Boston getting a little bit too complacent. 2 timeouts remaining for both of these teams. Triple-double Luka, 32, 11, and 11. Celtics with the ball. Holiday, guarded by Kyrie, crosses the midcourt logo. Mavs in a 9-zip run in the last 2.5 minutes. Celtics pulling a Minnesota Timberwolves right now to close out this game. They cannot do so. 1 bucket most likely could get them the win. Tatum crossover. Tatum drives downhill to the cup. Tatum, oh, he got rejected. Here come the Mavs. 2-on-1 in the fast break. Washington, huge rejection by Derek White as he goes back in transition. Denies P.J. Washington as he stuffs him at the rim. White slows it down. 40 seconds left to go. White with his second block of the game coming in as Mr. Clutch right there. Brown at the top. Dribble. Drive. Right down the lane inside. Right to the rim. He scores. Up and good. It is good for 2 by Jaylen Brown. Timeout on the floor by Dallas. Jaylen Brown. Dribble drive penetration straight to the cup. And a major block right here as we see this play on transition. Kyrie, bounce pass up the floor. PJ Washington and Derek White and Jaylen Brown right from behind. As Derek White and Brown both come in, swarming in from behind. And they stuff PJ Washington at the rim. Game-altering, game-changing play right there, right now. 30 seconds left to go as we head to the timeout. Wow. Huge block right there to potentially seal the deal in Game 2 of the series. Derek White was major in the second half. 18 points total for him, making 4 threes. The only one of 2 multi-3-point make players tonight for the Celtics. Holiday went 2 for 4 from the perimeter, but man, that got statted as a Derek White block. That's his second block of the night in a huge way. That is just a massive archived historical Celtics moment right there. If the Celtics go on to win a championship, looking back to the Derek White block, and then Jaylen Brown attacking right to the rim and upping the lead up to 7. Huge right there. 30 seconds left to go right now. We get back to action. A quick shot by Dallas. They missed it. Off the back rim. A rebound control by Boston. 20 seconds remaining. Approaching the mark. Holiday circles around. Drew Holiday. 26 points tonight. The player of the game in this one. White. As they play keep away. Horford. Outside over to Tatum. Tatum dribbles up inside the key. 2-second differential. Shot clock and game clock. Into the hands to White. White gonna hold it here at the midcourt logo. We get a shot clock violation as we are down to 1.3 seconds. But the whole crowd goes wild. The Boston Celtics about to go up 2-0 in the series. Derek White swarming from behind in the fast break transition with a game-winning block from behind, denying PJ Washington at the rim, as shown on replay. In this game goes final. Boston wins in game number 2, 105-98, the final score. What a game between these two teams. Luka Doncic tonight left it all on the line, 32 points with a triple-double for him, but in the end, Boston able to prevail, 105-98, the final score. And a poor shooting night from the perimeter by the Celtics. Somehow, some way, finding a way to win. They did it tonight for Boston. 19 for 20 at the free throw line for the Celtics. Just an absolutely magnificent game tonight at the free throw line. They made 4 threes greater than Dallas. 10 for 39 from the perimeter by Boston. Only 6 for 26 from 3 by Dallas. Dallas was +2 in the glass, 43-41. Celtics +8 in the assist column, 29-21. Celtics swarmed all throughout the game. Their defense, a big reason why they're going up 2-0 in the series, limiting Dallas to under triple digits in both of the games here in the series so far. Tonight, the Celtics forced 10 total steals, resulting in 15 total Dallas turnovers. Boston scored 21 points off of Dallas turnovers tonight in this game. And man, what a win for Boston. Difference being free throws. Dallas, 16 for 24, 67% at the free throw line. Boston, 19 for 20, 95% tonight at the free throw line. One heck of a game by the champion, Drew Holiday. Legendary tonight. 26 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. 11 for 14 shooting from the floor, 2 for 4 from 3. Just excellent. 34-1 the Celtics are this season when Holiday scores 14 points or greater. He took the highest percentage shots possible at the rim constantly. Multiple baskets from point-blank range in this game by Drew Holiday tonight. 18 points by Jason Tatum, 12 assists for him tonight, where he struggled with efficiency. He was excellent in the playmaking category with 12 assists, also finished with 9 rebounds and 2 steals. 18 points by Derek White, led the team with 4 made threes. 21 points by Jaylen Brown. Set the tone in the second half. Went a full-time attack mode. Finished 8 for 15 from the floor. It's his 13th game in the playoffs out of 16 total playoff games. So he shot the ball 50% plus from the floor for Jaylen Brown. 12 points by Porzingis. Hopefully Porzingis is good to go on Wednesday for him, as it looked like he re-aggravated his knee during the fourth quarter with around 5 minutes left to play. Those were the top players tonight for Boston. Also, Peyton Pritchard with a buzzer beater bank 3 to close out the third quarter. Dallas leading the way. They have 5 in double figures for players. 32, 11, and 11 by Luka. Left it all on the line tonight in this game. He did turn it over 8 total times on 12 for 21 shooting. 17 by PJ Washington. Kyrie got locked up again. 16 points and just 7 for 18 from the floor. 0 for 3 from 3. 13 by Gafford. 11 by Derek Jones. Much better game by the role players, but Kyrie Irving struggling in the series is the storyline, while the Celtics are up 2-0 right now in the series. Thanks all for joining in. Be a part of the channel tonight for this one here. Boston, once again, receives fewer votes in the poll, but they win. Once again, they're up 2-0 in the series. 54-46 in favor of Dallas for the percentage points for the votes for this one tonight. And thanks all for joining in, being a part of the stream. We're going to close out to the channel members right now. All channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. Now we have channel members. It's as low as $1.99 at the US dollar rate. To become a channel member, that link is posted in the description of this video. If anybody's interested in becoming a channel member, I'll get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams. We got Jason, Warren, Rajeep, I Am Ghost, David, Asia, Paul, Russell, John, Mark, Kelly, Jeffrey, Vegas, Barco, Oink Oink, Michael, Katie, Bradley, Daniel, Derek, Sister Surround, Mario, Greedo, Tristan, Chuck, SG Sports Talk, Ice Ice Baby, Robin, Melinda, Jack City, Shalimar, Iceberg Slim 38, Matthew M. Stone, Miles Davis, and We Are Living in a Great Depression. I'll be back on Wednesday for game number 3 of the series, 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. That's 8:30 a.m. over in the Philippines. Game 3 will be on Wednesday. I'll see you guys on Wednesday night. Thanks all for joining in tonight. The Celtics go up in the series 2-0. Boston wins 105-98. They found a way despite shooting the ball just 26% from three-point range. That would go down as their 5th worst shooting performance. If it was a regular season game this season, it's their 2nd worst shooting performance from 3 in the playoffs. In all the games that they played this year, with an 82 plus, that was their 15th game in the playoffs. But the Celtics, for them, are their 16th game in the playoffs. Out of all the games total for them, out of that would be 98 total games, that would go down as the 6th worst 3-point shooting performance by the Celtics. Yet they still won the game tonight by 7 because of their defense. Clutch with that huge block by Derek White with under 40 seconds left to go on PJ Washington in transition from behind. That was huge. It made this game turn into a 7-point game instead of a 3-point game at the moment. 105-98 the final score. I'll see you guys on Wednesday night. Thanks all for joining in, and see you guys back on Wednesday for the next game. Game 3 of the finals, as it will take place in Dallas. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining in. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night.